What you tell them? Yeah. Pain come and get a gift wrap. Yeah. Successes only took it like a kid now. Up and then wide. I'm going across the Brooklyn Bridge. And they become the Flatbush. This is how Brooklyn live.
What's going on, everybody? Coming in live from Flatbush Famous. We got a special episode today, man. It's two in one, 2 parts in one, because I got a special guest in the building today, Domencio Jr. Thank you for coming in. We got Domencio in the building. Clap up for man, Domencio.
Yeah, man. Definitely a legend.
No doubt. Hey, look, but it's even special, right? Because today's his father's birthday.
Salute to a king.
So 4-1. So that made it even special for me, the way that all this worked out. So I wanted to have a toast, man, for Domencio Sr., his father, who passed away. How long ago was that, D? 30 years?
About 30 years.
30 years. So he would have been what today?
Yeah, he would have been 57.
57. So I'm about 7 years behind him. So today's a special day, man. So I want to take a toast, man. If you don't mind, man. We're just trying to pay homage to your father and also respect to you, man.
Definitely,
Toast to
man.
Domencio and
Toast to
Domencio
Domencio,
Jr.
man.
Much
Family.
more life. The ghost of
Montana,
Domencio.
Ghost Domencio in the building.
Little Domencio. So we here, man. Salute.
Salute.
To everybody. Happy birthday, Domencio.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Domencio.
birthday, man.
Know it.
So once again, I want to thank you for coming in, man.
Thanks for having me, bro.
But you got a lot going on. But where do we start? Where do you start?
I mean,
Tell
we
us a little
start.
about yourself.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
Start about you. There you go.
Well, tell them about you.
You know.
'Cause
All right. Yeah, I'm Domencio, Montana's son. I was born in Flatbush, so this all comes
Flatbush
second
famous.
nature to me because I was born in Flatbush. I coming up, without a father. I did have a stepfather figure that was in my life, but having that void in my life and going places and always hearing stories about my pops, I just really always felt like I had to supersede his legacy. So just coming up, I just knew that I couldn't stop. I knew he passed away untimely. Right. So a little bit about me. I just I was in the streets. I went to school. After school, I just always I had the mind state that I have to do something big. You know what I mean? Like in a positive way, because Pop Dukes was big, but he was in the streets because that was the culture at the time. That was the era. Mm-hmm. So I knew that I had to do it in a positive way and still keep the legacy. You know what I'm saying? Strong. Still keep the bloodline going. And I just decided to just push and tell his story, number one, because his story is important for the urban culture. And it just touched so many bases because him being in the streets, in one sense, hurting the community, you know what I'm saying? Right. But not really knowing no better, so we can't really, you know what I'm saying, not knowing no better. But I had to tell his story because he played a major role in our culture, my culture. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to let people know all the different dynamics, all the sides of that life, because I was born in that life. I didn't ask that. I was born, you know what I'm saying? I just was born into that. So I kind of wanted to give, and I knew there's so many stories like mine. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to tell that story and go even further to just continue to represent what I come from.
But tell us more about the documentary. I got a chance to see it, man, and I think it was a good body of work. Of course, as a viewer, I wanted it to be longer, right? It was dope. But tell us, how did you even go about starting the documentary? What made you think about doing it, and did you do it on your own dollar? Like, did you just, you know what I mean?
So the documentary was started back in, like, I want to say 2000, and I had just moved back to Brooklyn from Maryland, from Baltimore. So I was running around with Little Kim and Mano. Those was, Big Bro and Big Sis. And, just in passing with that camp, I would meet so many people from, you know what I'm saying? From
his era.
From his era, that was just like, that had stories. So I figured I'd document those stories and with that, I kept going, and then I would drop the ball, like in a sense where I would lose footage or I would get discouraged. You know what I'm saying? But something kept pulling me back. It just kept picking up. Like, I
Every
lost
time
tons
you
of
lost
footage.
you had to start over?
Come
Every
again?
time you lost footage, you had to start over?
Yeah, well, I had one situation where I had a hard drive with one of my cameramen, and he kept saying, D, take the hard drive, take the hard drive. And I'm like, if you got it, it's good. I'm all over the place. You know what I'm saying? If you got it, I'm trusting you, it's good. And he had a situation where he had to, he's not, he had a situation where he lost all the footage. And that to me was a sign. I go off for energy, and the sign was just like, it's not, don't do it. You know what I'm saying?
So
Maybe I shouldn't. But what's so great about life and about how things happen is all that was it wasn't time to do that. It wasn't time to release then. You know what I'm saying? Like, now looking back, it wasn't time. I would have rushed it. I couldn't have done it no better. The time it was released, how it was released, and yeah, I did it on my own dollar.
But good thing that you had the ambition to keep going.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of times somebody's on a project or something happening, like say for example, you doing that and you lose the footage.
Right.
Like say you got months of footage and you lose it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Some people be like, you know what, it wasn't meant for me to even do it.
And then leave it
for
at
you
that.
To even pick back up and start all over again. I guess, you're saying, it just wasn't time to release the project.
And I had some powerful people on there, man. I had Little Kim on there. I had Kid Capri. I had his good friend Jesus, who just passed last year. From East New York, who was very well known in that era. I had good footage that I completely lost, and I didn't know if I wanted to keep up with it, but I the resiliency in me.
That's right.
I picked the ball up and I kept going. It took time, but I got it done.
No, it's definitely a good project. Y'all checked it out?
Yeah, I watched
Check
it.
it
I
out.
seen it.
Yeah,
I actually bought it on Venmo.
Yeah,
And I was explaining to him earlier. I said it looked like it was done with love and care, and not just with a guy with a camera speaking to some people. You know what I mean? Like, the clarity was good on it, the questions, and the way people spoke, and everything that was in it. I think it was more than just a passion project from just being a customer.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I was telling him earlier, like, off camera,
dope.
I was like, it's definitely more than being a passion project, because it seemed very detail oriented. If I can say, because I watched it twice.
Right. Dope.
You know what I'm saying?
I thought Sean Branch did good on there too.
Yeah,
I thought that was.
I said
that.
that.
Shout out to Sean Branch.
Shout out to Sean
Yeah,
Branch.
Shout out to
Solid
Sean Branch,
dudes out
DC.
there.
Nah, he truly
Everybody on Montana.
and he truly gave a whole different perspective of how, even though he was out of town, he was embraced when he came down. Like, it was like his energy was so healthy that you had to embrace him.
Yeah.
But to piggyback off what you said too, when you talk about like your dad and people like doing things that were considered unsavory or unjust, it's always deemed and looked upon bad as when we do it.
Right.
But Al Capone was a crook.
Right.
Maya Lansky was a crook.
Right.
Dolph Schultz was a crook.
Right.
But they glorified these gangsters.
Right.
Joe Kennedy.
You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of guys, but they glorified them.
Absolutely.
So, like, salute to you and your camp for the resilience you showed
be honest
in
with you.
pushing forward.
All these dudes was crooks.
Right, but I'm saying, but when we do it, it's like there's no
Kellogg
honor.
was a crook.
Right, there's no
Kentucky
honor in
Fried
us.
Chicken was a crook.
Yeah, all of them.
All these dudes, Mars bars, Snickers.
Look at Kentucky Fried Chicken.
All these dudes is crooks.
Look at what they
Like,
did. Kentucky Fried Chicken was so vicious. A lot of people don't know this. I'm a studier of useless knowledge. I'm going on a game show one day. You know what I mean? Kentucky Fried Chicken licensed the word Kentucky, so you can use it in a title of your business or anything without paying them. Like, that's crazy. Like, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
And see, I some of that stuff. I know what you said about the mobs and stuff, but like even the corporate crooks and stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right. But I'm just
we
saying,
didn't have that
when we
element.
glorify,
No, it's
when we
always survival of the
glorify,
fittest, man. It's
when we
survival of the fittest.
glorify individuals who we look up to, like, you think about it, it take a lot to run an empire,
Right.
to do something. So when you do that and you grow and you become successful, other people that look like you want to do that too. Right. I mean, become successful.
Right.
Not necessarily do it in the route you did, but
Right.
become successful. Oh, I can do that too. It's like what Jay-Z said in his song, like, his uncle told him, you'll never sell 1 million records.
Right.
Because he couldn't sell 1 million records. And that's what people think. They're going to tell you can't do something. I remember at work having a conversation with you, and someone was saying, are you sure you want to do that? As if like to plant a seed of doubt in you.
Of course.
Right, but it was in you to do what you did. And so that's dope, man.
And not only that too, man. Like, people don't understand what those times, like I was a kid, you know, but even prior to me being born, but just looking back, and if anybody looking in history books or speak to anybody, looking back, man, look what the times was. They didn't know what these drugs was going to do to the community. It was new. So they didn't know the effect that it would have, you know what I'm saying? Because they were smoking weed and they were doing other little drugs. They didn't know that.
But they didn't understand, and you know, they didn't understand your dad's ability to interact with other people, other races, people from different communities who don't embrace out of towners. You know what I'm saying? Same thing we and Kev talked about several times. And when you go somewhere else and set up, you from New York, you move to Maryland, you end up in school, but you still a New Yorker. So they want to embrace you because of who you are, but they really kind of feeling away because you not from here.
Yeah, you're not.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's so many different entities.
You know absolutely. Dudes was getting left back.
I'll tell you, I'm about to say that they were killing New York dudes back then.
They looked at your feet. I'm gonna give you if you have it on New Balance, they knew you was from out of town.
I'm gonna give you an example, right? So for every person that do make it, right? Every one guy that do become successful, the guy that does become a Domencio, right? A guy that actually sets himself up and wins in the street. For every one, there's like a million dudes that lost. You know what I'm saying? Some dudes, their first day off the porch get their top knocked off, bro. So it's not like just because you choose to do something, you have to have some business about yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody can duplicate what he did. I don't care. It would have been another one. You see what I'm saying? He can't even duplicate what his dad did. You understand what I'm saying? Especially in that era. We're talking about no cell phones, bro. No internet.
No cameras.
No GPS. You know what I mean? None of that. You had to really figure it out. Like when we was going out of town, we used to actually go buy a map. Like go buy a map. You know what I mean? For $1 and say, yo, this one. One guy got to hold a map while the other dude, but you might have a bunch of stuff in the trunk. And one for his turn, kaboom, right? Black suits fill the room, right? So y'all understand, we were just jumping on the turnpike going. It was like, yo, it's money in D.C. Or word, guys would just get up and go. Like it wasn't like, let me go out here and see. Guys would go out there. So you go to Southeast D.C.
Just trying to figure it out.
Dudes start drifting down Rocky Mount, down to VA, like the whole thing.
That's not an easy thing to do, man, and to be accepted.
And that's the thing. They say like 90% of businesses, whether it's legal, illegal, fail because of lack of knowledge. Remember, you going out of town with no knowledge of how this town run, how this country, how this city operate. And then, you know, we go down there, we fly. So we already stand out. It's already an issue.
But here's the thing.
You know what I mean? Not for real. It creates a lot,
and
man.
every situation is different. In that situation, right, it wasn't no DC dudes that did it, though. You feel where I'm coming from? It was a jealous dude from New York. So you can't, he was loved out there, my guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was loved. There wasn't about him not being loved in DC or some DC sent him back like that. No, it's our own, bro. It be our own, man. That's why I don't even glorify or say people's name and watch the story, because the fact that it was our own people, that's kind of how we all live. It be your own.
Look at the silliness that happened the other day. You smack a brother. You want to smack the white comedian. It's the same thing. It's always us fighting us.
Right. But another thing, action, that was just a reaction to an action.
Yeah.
That's your brother. You ain't had to, and his sister, you shouldn't have to get on her like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially if she's suffering from something. Excuse me. Joke on somebody else out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
joke on Adam Sandler, all these dudes. Why ain't joke about your wife?
Right. Yeah. Just to tap it real quick with Domencio. Like, I seen the documentary twice, like I said, right? And what I got from it, that you were not glorifying that your pops was a big time hustler. You was like, yo, listen, my father did this, but he wasn't here to watch me play ball. Mm-hmm. He wasn't here for my 9th birthday, because I think you said he died a couple of weeks or months before your 9th birthday, if I'm not mistaken.
Months. No, you're right.
Months, right? All right, so I don't want to talk like I know it all, but I just watched it twice. You know what I'm saying? So I really was watching it when you first dropped it, 2 years ago?
Yeah, 2 years
So
ago.
I was really watching it. You know what I'm saying? And you were like, yo, he died before my 9th birthday. He couldn't talk to you about sex.
Right.
He couldn't tell you to put a condom on. Right. You know what I mean? Or like, yo, if you got burnt, he couldn't say, yo, all right, I'm going to tell you, I ain't going to tell your mother. You know what I'm saying? Just that father and son talk. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or be like, yo, why you giving your mother a hard time? Like, you know what I mean? And I think you were trying to bring that point across as well, to say, listen, yeah, my pops made money and a lot of people loved him, but I didn't have my pops.
Right. And I'm not alone. You know what I'm saying? There's mad other kids without their parents, mother or father, that they lost to the streets, the guns, the drugs. Like, so I feel their pain. I'm speaking from their perspective as well.
And it's just like Kev said earlier. Not one time of all the interviews I watched, not many people have asked, "How's your mother doing?"
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm gonna refer to her as Miss C. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
And no one asked how she's doing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that was the love of her life.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
And not only did they go through a breakup,
Right.
but he was snatched from her. It's not even like they could try to work it out later.
Right.
Like he was snatched from her life. And
Right, things are left unfinished.
Young too.
Things are left
27?
unfinished.
Right.
That
He's
guy didn't even touch the
27.
surface.
Same
of what he
age,
was
same
about
age
to
as
do.
Rashad.
Yeah,
That's
he didn't-
crazy.
Yo, bro, he just was EQing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So watching you speak on a documentary about your pops, but I think you were hitting on, we talking about my pops, but that nigga ain't here because
Yeah.
of senseless violence.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he couldn't just like his motto to me, what I got from it, sell the shit and move on.
Right.
But like Kev said, yo, we got a jealous ingrown hair from home that whatever happened. You know what I mean? Which was
That's usually
unfortunate.
how it happened.
Right.
Especially when you see how it happened and it was unfortunate. So, I got that you were kind of putting your personal pain out there because I'm watching you in the documentary. I was listening to what Sean and a few other people were saying, but I'm watching you and I'm like,
But even to sit down with Sean and hear them stories. Then y'all have had talks before you decided to go this route.
Yeah.
Because remember, when they come home, they gotta get next to you. See how you doing, see how your mom's is doing, because they have relationships too. And for her to be who she is and keep you grounded, because you was wilding.
Right.
And then for her to be like, listen, hey, let me holler at you. Because
For
she's
sure.
seen it. Like, you know what I mean? People don't understand who she is.
Right,
She's seen it. For her to keep you on the straight and narrow, and for you to say, for her to have a conversation with you and for you to digest it and say, you know what, you're right, I'm gonna go to school.
I think
And
we
then
need
go
to
to
salute
school.
the mama love.
Let's salute the mama love.
We got to salute the mama C, man. We got to salute the her too,
Mama C.
man.
Mama C.
Yeah,
For sure.
man, because
you and all the women like you.
man.
Salute to
We
the
gotta
black
salute to her,
queens.
man.
Real.
Salute to y'all.
And then it's crazy because I could sympathize with her because I lost a child.
That's right.
So like that's a whole different pain.
Yeah.
It's not even a word for it.
Right.
If you lose your wife, you're a widower. If your wife loses a husband, she becomes a widow. A child loses a parent, or parents become an orphan. When a parent loses a child, there's not even no word for it.
Wow.
That pain is that severe.
That's deep.
You, you understand what I'm saying? And it's
what
like,
do they call that?
right? It's really no word for it.
No,
You can't
I'm
even
just
look
saying,
it up.
But that's crazy.
Heartbreak.
Yeah, I never looked at it.
Right?
Heartbreak.
And then she goes through that, and then she still has to protect you. She has to protect you. She has to raise you. You know, and then you become this man. Like, you're a great dude.
Yeah.
Like, you understand? So I know you
good
personally.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And it's funny because me and Kev on the phone a couple days ago, and I'm like, that's my guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, ain't no doubt we keep going because,
Yeah.
you know, it's in conversation because we're like a tree with so many branches. We have so many different relationships with people. Like, this dude is the glue. He's the glue.
Yeah.
Like I always tell everybody, the plug ain't shit without the socket.
Oh, that's a fact.
You understand what I'm saying? He the socket. You know what I mean? Everybody the plug.
That's a fact.
Everybody's the plug nowadays, so them people come.
Right.
Exactly.
You need that socket.
Then they in concert. Hello. Is this mic on? 1-800 Tell All Records, right? You know? But nah, salute to your mom and salute to you for for the accomplishments. You're a young black man with a college degree.
Right.
Right.
It's dope.
Right.
From the hood.
Right.
Well, speaking
Who
of
wasn't
that,
supposed to make it.
well, what school did you go to?
I went to Morgan.
You went to Morgan and
Yeah,
B-More.
Morgan State. Yeah.
Morgan
So you used to play the bridge.
Yeah. Oh man, did
play
I?
the bridge?
Oh, did I?
I used to play
did
the bridge, so I don't know
did
about the
I?
bridge.
Oh, did I? I know you look
My wife
familiar
went to
with it.
Morgan.
Yeah.
Same time.
Yeah. She
you.
probably did. Yeah.
I used to
she
play the
probably did.
bridge.
Older
Yeah.
than you.
Oh yeah. I
she
was
like
there, man.
41.
Oh, that
Right
bridge.
there.
Yeah, that bridge work.
Did
Okay.
Did I, man? Did I,
Okay.
man?
Yeah. That bridge is serious.
Yeah.
That's when
man.
they used to try to trick you and they come to you and ask you about go-go artists.
I was in
You was from out
Baltimore
of
yesterday,
town.
man. I had to go
Oh,
get
yeah?
I had to go get me a
Yeah, I
chicken
love
box.
asking about go-go
Yeah.
artists.
I had to
Yo,
go get me a
the
chicken
chicken,
box.
yeah,
I was in Baltimore
yeah.
yesterday. I tried to go get me a chicken box.
What you got your degree in, if you don't mind us
business
asking?
marketing.
Business marketing?
Yeah, business marketing.
All right.
You know,
Marketing.
I did the business thing. But it was a good. It taught me, man. A lot of great people came out of Morgan, man.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
Earl
Shout out to
Graves.
HBCUs,
Yeah, Earl
man.
Graves, man. He's like a Black Enterprise, the owner of Black Enterprise magazine. And,
Oh, homie with
you know,
the side.
right. So a lot of great.
My little cousin just graduated from Morgan. He's playing in Italy now. Philip Carr.
Yeah, man. Word.
We're using the spot.
Of course.
That's
Everybody read when they in the spot, right? All of a sudden, they got a favorite magazine. You in the spot,
Remember,
right?
you move too fast when you're not.
Man, listen, I read a lot when I was in the spot, brother.
School in there too. That's crazy.
No doubt.
And I also took up that same course.
Yeah.
I just never finished it.
Yeah.
I ain't completed. I was gonna ask him the question. I was gonna ask him, but did it make sense though? My question is, did it make sense?
Right,
Because
right.
Introduced
a lot of things that we met, like a lot of things that I learned during that school.
Why they
Like you know the technical things, but no, it made sense to me to have it, but like to go all the way through with it, like to complete it. Once they let me go home, because while I was in there, I was going to college. I was to college 2 years.
Right.
I could have completed it, but once I got out, I was like, do I need it?
Right.
It's like right now, I'm successful right now.
So you're applying the stuff, right?
Right.
But you are.
You gotta apply it.
Go ahead.
It goes with the schoolwork. The schoolwork, the technical part of it, you need it.
Right.
Some people say you don't need it.
Yeah.
Right.
But you could learn, figure that out.
You could.
Right.
You could. Right.
Figure that out.
That's because, and that's also because of who you are. Because you're gonna adapt.
Where I came
Right,
from,
where you come from, and you're gonna adapt.
What I said earlier, from paying attention and learning, like, because you cannot learn like.
Oh yeah, we gotta turn the phones down.
It's all good. We live.
So
dope.
look, while he's doing that, I'm gonna just say you could apply it, and it does help because honestly, I thought the same thing. I was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? But I see today because the marketing. I used to be in class, and you know, I used to come to New York 2-3 times a week. I was doing my thing. I was just all over the place partying, but I actually use it, the marketing aspect.
Now.
Because if you think about any business, I don't care what
Gotta have
business you
structure.
in. Marketing plays a key into all of that.
Absolutely.
You can have so now, and that one key and that one jewel is what I picked up, and I run with that till this day.
Absolutely.
I run with it because you can have a dope ass. Let's say we talk about chicken box. You have a dope ass food truck with selling chicken boxes, right? But if you're in the wrong location,
Right.
that's gonna change your
Demographic,
whole.
location,
That's gonna
everything.
change your whole business. You know what I'm saying?
The marketing and
so I
finance is
feel like
very
in
important.
marketing, and even with just anything we do today, marketing is a key thing.
It's essential.
Pause. I know y'all want the
Yeah.
phones up, but this Uncle Lou,
Yeah.
I'ma just, you know what I'm saying? I'ma
Yeah,
just,
no doubt.
No doubt.
Yo, Uncle, what's up? I'm doing an interview. Send
Lou
it up,
Hobbs,
everybody.
shout out.
Hey,
Hey,
Lou Hobbs.
shout out. Lou Hobbs.
Clap it up. OG Lou Hobbs.
Yeah, you call it,
We got legendary Lou Hobbs. This is how we do in Flatbush famous, you know what I
over
mean?
here, baby.
Lou Hobbs is on the check-in.
All right.
Salute.
Yeah, so
man.
I mean, you know, just on the surface, man.
Now Zach, now you took it to the marketing scene. Now you say you grasped that concept while you was in school. Now, when we were talking about taking that road trip,
Right.
that's marketing.
It's all
Yeah.
marketing.
Yeah. 25 GPS is marketing.
Taking a trip ain't marketing.
How is it not? Explain to me, and I'm
I'm gonna get to it.
All right.
You could take the trip. You could have the best work in the town. That's not marketing. Marketing is when you get out there and figure out and say, okay, this is the man, this is the head fiend right here, or whatever he is. I'm gonna give it to him. I'm gonna promote it this way. I'm gonna go here, connecting them dots. That's marketing.
Right.
You can have all the work and be there, but marketing is how you gonna get it out to the masses.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Which is
definitely-
gonna change.
Expand
Expand and change your sales. So you can have it and be there, but you know what I'm saying? You on
Right.
that corner not making no money, but I'm over here and I got t-shirts.
So when you migrate, what is that? If you migrated, what they
Migrated,
did?
I mean, I wouldn't say migrate is marketing.
How is it not?
So-
When you migrate,
I mean,
what do you-
explain to me. I could be wrong.
When you migrate, what is the goal?
Migrating
To
goal.
do what?
It's expansion.
Agriculture,
Migrating on
live,
expansion.
better living. It's expansion. That's a whole migration.
Yeah.
But is that marketing?
Why was
Nah,
it
nah,
not?
nah.
Because
Marketing- I feel-
you're taking
I
a
got a different
product,
take on
you're
marketing.
taking-
I
you're
guess 'cause
taking-
I didn't
you're
go to
taking an
school for
idea
it.
or a thought
I don't think
and
so.
expanding it and going
I
to
didn't
another
necessarily-
situation.
Now, don't get me twisted. I didn't necessarily learn like marketing from school because before I went to school, I had an empire.
This is what I'm trying to say.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
what I'm trying to say is
Right.
bring it back.
Right.
So now
you trying to say school? I got you.
All right.
So you say
now
school ain't gonna cheat.
It's irrelevant.
Nah,
That's what I'm trying to say.
Especially
no.
nowadays.
I ain't gonna
That's
say
what
that.
I just said.
But this,
Because you went to school and you mentioned before that you did XYZ.
Right, but-
Before you did XYZ, you knew how to do XYZ for yourself.
right.
But I say, but now here's the difference.
So
though.
what you
Here's
applying
the only
from it?
difference.
What you
Though. I'm gonna say
applying
the
from
only difference is the difference with that. Not saying like because I did have he's 100% right, but to me the difference is now you gotta apply that in the business world. So street marketing might be different. You know what I'm saying? From what we know, it's a little different
Remember,
now
we spoke
in the business
like
world.
what we spoke about earlier.
True.
In the other world, you couldn't post your whereabouts. You wasn't taking pictures. I'm here today.
Right.
You wasn't tweeting, standing on 53rd and Clarkson because
Right.
nigga blow by and knock your head off. You understand what I'm saying?
right.
So
Nah.
now in this world, with your businesses, with your products, you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Now you're posting. Pop-up shop coming here. We'll be
Right,
here.
right,
Book
right.
premiering. Oils coming out. Lotions do such. The marketing is different.
Right.
Right. Back
the
then you had to
first-
be
the
there.
first-
You had to
the
get up.
first-
You had to get up early
Right,
to
I
get
mean,
to
that
it.
shit is all relevant, brother. The first rule of business, right, is to buy high, sell low, right? We all understand that, right? Whatever you buy, you want to be able to turn a profit, right? 2.5 market, whatever it is. It could be clothes. I know from clothes. I sold clothes. So every time I bought or invested, I wanted to have a 2.5 return. I wanted to double my money. The 0.5 was for shipping and all other
Right,
incidentals,
right,
right? So
right.
I'm looking
Me.
for 2.5 because I'm not trying to pay for shipping. That's just right. And then marketing now, just what we're doing now is marketing.
Right.
That's why I'm marketing myself because you sit back and you say, how can I get to the masses?
Right.
And we was talking about getting in everybody's phone.
Right.
How can I get in your phone?
How can you
know
get
what I'm saying?
Ghost Domencio to see Flatbush famous?
No, it's not that. How can we get people to go see? Why? Like marketing is how can we get them to see it? We got to find a way to get them to see it.
Okay.
So whether that be
How do we present
doing
it?
interviews, whether that be
How do we present it to 'em?
PR, right? So marketing, you have to people don't market themselves. That's the fucking problem. That's what I was talking about earlier. Marketing yourself, adding value to yourself.
And you
Now,
know-
when you do have something, when you do write a book, or you do feel like putting out something, or you do feel like putting out this dope ass beard oil, see how Hawkins got going on?
Right here, that's the wash. This the
do.
oil. I know this like I'm
This on now.
I'm putting this in my pockets. I'm running low.
I put the wash on.
know what I'm
Oh, I put the
saying?
oil on?
That's
Put the
oil on,
That's
yeah.
a short elbow one.
Yeah, I can tell you, you pull out. I got the little joint, the little
That's
drop.
my camera?
Yes,
I got
yes.
the oil on. I put on my bald head too, so it's not even just for beard. It's actually good for skin.
We got the
Market
hemp.
smell.
They got hemp in there.
Got
too,
hemp
so
in
you
it?
gonna get-
I got a little. My beard grew already.
Yo, it's crazy how.
But when you want to
how
market stuff,
important
you
hemp
can't
is.
just. You know what I mean? It's more than
Hemp
slapping
is,
a
you know what I
label
mean?
on it. I get what you're coming from 110%.
Like I have a rare form of psoriasis, so I have like
You might
the
need some of
worst
this
one.
oil on
So
you
I
in
had to
your
get
life.
like my lady be putting so many products. I'd be like, yo,
go to King
man.
and Queen Worlds, they'll get you right.
They're
See
around
how
the corner
Hawkins
from the crib.
tell I
I'm in
sent
there
you.
first
You
thing in
get
the
10%
morning. As soon as I
discount.
wake up, I'm
Don't
in
worry
there.
about that.
So
But-
Domencio-
but marketing the same way you did the DVD, the documentary.
The documentary,
How
yeah.
did you market that? Like, what made you? You understand what I'm saying?
So I, to be honest with you, I did get, I had some help with the marketing. You know what I mean? We
So
already
you went to
have-
podcast, right? You did interviews.
Yeah, I did interviews.
Right.
Between the team and the camp,
Teasers.
they would different leads and stuff like that. We figured we came up
So
with
what you
a way.
applied to that from out of college? What did you apply to this project?
Basically finding those leads, figuring out, saying, yo, you know what? Everybody's on their phone now. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna drop a DVD because when I was coming up, everything was a DVD.
right.
So people would always ask me, yo, when the DVD coming out? And I'm like, I feel you, but we in a time now where everything is social media. Everything is digital.
Yeah.
So you got tablets, you got iPads, everybody has something in their hand.
Right, a
and
device.
the device. So I applied that, that's how I applied to schooling because it was like, yo, we got to go this
You
route.
had to be able to identify with the masses.
You got
Had
to,
be able reach them, right.
and that's what drove the sales.
I can tell you what caught my attention if you want to know.
Yeah, I would love to know.
As a consumer.
I would love to
What?
know.
That clip that you had of the DVD, it was like a small trailer. If
The
I would
trailer,
say.
okay.
It was a small trailer, and I think it was showing shots of your father. They were talking about him, and then I think Mano was at the end. He had on the gazelles and the
Right,
feline
right. So that
velour,
was the trailer,
and
yeah.
in the feline velour,
Right.
and he was saying, this is something that should have been happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We've been waiting for it. He's our Brooklyn guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Uptown had theirs,
Brooklyn
Queens
Dawn,
had
man.
theirs.
Yeah.
this is our guy, and it's time for it, man. And you know, and it's about time. So I seen it, and I'm watching it, and I'm like,
I had to tell somebody. We look at Biggie and we look at these artists, and you know we applaud them and everything, right? But your dad and them changed the game early. These dudes was suited and booted.
Right. But who do you think Biggie and them looked to?
Right, they got it from them. Who they read about and who they
Domencio,
researched. Right. The Duke and dudes, and I'm like they really
That's where they got it from.
changed the game. Remember in our era, you right behind me, but in our era, it was about being fly. It wasn't walking around looking a mess, no cut, clothes falling off. It was about being fly. Like dudes are trying to go down to Gibbs and get some Bally. They was going to Delancey, getting straddlers and Flatbush. Ices and all that. Like we talked about before. It's your boy, I always bring him up. The boy from Flatbush, the designer kid.
Miguel.
Miguel
Navarro.
But that's Domencio people.
That was their people.
Them guys are fly. Them guys are fly guys,
young
man.
to get to Miguel.
He lived around the corner from me.
I used to go to Miguel.
He lived around the corner from me on No Street.
They won't let us in Sugar Hill without a suit jacket. I'm trying to get to Miguel. I need exclusive.
Miguel didn't get you right too, man.
But I'm just saying, your dad and them really like they was setting it up. They suited, they clean, they got on tux. These dudes is out like this. You're a kid. This is what you want to do.
And that was Brooklyn's Dapper Dan.
Right.
That was, you know what I'm saying? Uptown had Dapper Dan, but that was Brooklyn Dapper Dan.
The thing about it though, when you was outside in that era, it was a price to pay. That's what I was saying about knowing my lane. Like I couldn't rock with these dudes. These dudes was on another level. Not just to dress them, but just to respect their aura. And when niggas walked in the building, niggas knew they was in the building. You get where I'm coming from? Right. Like I'm not there. You know, I'm not there. I used to be like, yo, these dudes is fucking like I didn't even want to go nowhere near these dudes.
So I remember standing on the line at USA.
Niggas scared, like, cause listen, all that outside shit, niggas was getting robbed, man.
Yeah, booked.
Like that's why
the robbers was getting robbed.
You might have been outside, but did you have something worth taking? I was outside with jewelry and shit on the cars. I was a target, bro. Yeah. I wasn't just outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was outside watching these dudes. They like, yo, shorty, you gonna be alright one day. I'm like, yeah, no doubt. And I'm doing whatever I gotta do. They tell me to go over there and do something, I'm gonna go do it. Right. Because it was no internet. This all I knew was Domencio. These guys, Miguel and them, I used to be like, yo, these dudes is dope, man. And that's what inspired me.
And that's how I looked at y'all. That's how I looked at you.
And it goes downhill to my young boys and they young boys and they young boys.
I wanted to call with a phone in it.
And there was no Instagram. I had to be where they was at. Right. I had to show up.
So that's that's part of the documentary as well, because now it's like, you see how you see my pops and bro seen you, and I seen y'all. Right, but it was like, what change we gonna make? Because if we mimic that, we ain't gonna be here for our kids. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. We ain't gonna be here. So,
question. I mean, because you said kids, the birth of your daughter, did it change your mindset a lot?
It did. Okay. It gave me something to live for. Okay. So I had to think about what I did before I did it. You know what I'm saying?
Salute
like
to her. I remember that.
Yeah, I couldn't just live the same no more. Like I couldn't get in the conflict and then be ready. I gotta actually think before I react now, because am I gonna leave her how my pops left me? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, so
put
I gotta
yourself in a situation
now. You know
to
what I'm
not be
saying?
here for
I gotta
her.
think about that now. So it did change me.
That's
you know what
big.
I mean? And that's the message. If I can get through to people like y'all got through to me a certain kind of way, that then we'll be better as a people. You know what I'm saying? We'll be better because now we're thinking before we're doing, and we're not leaving our kids to grow up and figure it out themselves and make these same mistakes and repeat history.
So where did your legacy lie? Because you don't have a son, right?
I don't have a son. My legacy right now lies within my daughters, man. I raised my daughters like queens, and I got three.
Mm-hmm. 3 daughters?
So
wow.
Girl dad. Morgan is the oldest, right?
Yeah,
girl dad.
Girl dad. Your girl dad.
The real girl dad.
My daughters are soldiers.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. My daughter's a soldier.
Madison's what, 12 now?
No. She'll be 16 this
16.
Oh, you ain't got no little kid.
She'll be 16, yeah.
Oh, so it's boy time.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to straighten these little boys out. These little knuckleheads.
Nah, I trained her. I ain't gonna have to do nothing, man. She knows.
He already brought a flowers. She knows, man.
She trained.
She is not gonna be impressed.
You gotta make it hard.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
For the dude. You know what I mean?
She's already,
you gotta make it hard for the ass.
Right. Yeah.
That's
she
dope,
came
man.
into the shop like,
that's like your junior.
Dad, I need a sweatsuit.
That's like his junior then. That would be your junior equivalent.
Right.
I respect that. I got daughters.
I don't want to make the sweatsuit. She was like, I rock my brand.
Yeah.
No
doubt. Yeah, she's talking about my pop. I had my
She said,
father
I love
hoodie.
my brand.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
No
I'm
doubt.
like,
CEO.
okay.
Shout out to Madison with the future CEO.
Yeah.
Man.
Shout out to
That's what we
Madison,
gotta leave
yeah.
it to.
That's right.
The
That's
future
right.
CEOs, man.
That's right.
Yeah, I want to ask a question about college, right? The last one about college. When you graduated and you got your degree and you got that piece of sheepskin paper and stuff like that, how did that make you feel? Like, was it a bittersweet moment, or did you just bask in the moment of like you did something? Because I don't know if you first generation college or not in your family or not, so I guess I'm asking that as well. But I want to know, like, when you graduated and got your degree, what was going through your body and your mind at that time?
When I got that degree, it was a stamp, like it was an accomplishment, because I am a first generation college grad. You know what I'm saying?
Salute to that. Salute to that.
So I didn't necessarily do it for me because, like bro said, like it's not like it wasn't like oh I got, you know, I'm like it was to plant my foot in the ground. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much that for one, anything I start, I'm gonna finish. You know what I'm saying? And then for two, I did it, man. Like you know what I'm saying? I'm setting the bar for everybody coming up underneath me, all my family. We changing the game now because we you know, my family was in jail. My uncles died in prison. You know what I'm saying? My pops died. You know, I had cousins that died in the street. Now we changing the narrative. We got degrees now. We you know, we
Opening
moving
up
on.
businesses.
We opening businesses. We
Entrepreneurs,
getting
right.
jobs. Whatever it is, we're going the positive route. We no longer we're no longer in the, you know what I'm saying, in the streets.
element,
We're
right.
changing. We're
Rushing
not
to
in that
the
element
end.
no more.
Right, no doubt.
We're changing the narrative.
And that's the energy I watched
Right.
from your documentary.
Right.
We were talking off camera,
Yeah.
and you was like, "Yo, this dude," like I really was watching it, and I was telling Kev, I was like, "Yo, son, I watched son shit a couple times, and I got it on my computer." I said, "Yo, like." It wasn't about bang bang shoot 'em up. Yeah, I made all this money, drove these cars, and had all these good bras and jewelry. It was more like, okay, yeah, that's a part of my life.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Yeah, I didn't want to glorify
this was the other
that.
side of the coin.
Sorry to cut you. I didn't want to glorify that at all because number one, you know, you got to think about the families that was affected.
Right.
I was a family. My family was affected.
Right.
I know how I feel and how my family feel when we see these dudes whatever on camera glorifying something. When, you know, we get revengeful. You understand what I'm saying? We get a bad taste in our mouth, right? So I didn't want to. I'm not glorifying anything my father did. You know what I'm saying? I just want to tell
you have
his
a right to
story.
remember him.
Right.
Right.
I want to tell his story, which was history. You know what I'm saying? I want to tell how it affected, and I want to show how, you know, who he really was as a person, not the people that, you know, not the person
Yeah, a lot
that
of people
think
are
they know
fascinated by the
who he
icons.
really was. Who he really
Right.
was. So I mean, yeah, that's what was going through my mind while filming. It wasn't more so about showing what of a gangster he was. You know what I'm saying? Because when you real, you real. You ain't gotta speak about it. I ain't gotta get up here and say I'm a real nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Real recognize real. So you already know Pop Dukes what he was. You know what I am because you know my lineage. You know my moms. You know what I'm saying? Y'all heard. People heard. Not saying y'all per se, but y'all know. Y'all know my moms. Y'all know you know where I come from. So the apple don't fall far from the tree.
Right.
So I ain't gotta sit up here and talk about how much of a gangster Pop Dukes is. But what I want to do is show the other side of everything. So that's where I went
These
with it.
guys would have had some of the music. Puffy and them wouldn't have shit on these dudes because these dudes, the boxing, all that,
And it was personable.
Domencio, let me tell you something. You got to think Mike Tyson, them, that's their man's. Let me tell you, these guys would have survived just to live longer through their 20s. These dudes would have been somewhere because every industry every friend they had is big in some industry right now to today. Mike Tyson is huge.
Indeed.
Everybody else is huge. And Eric Domencio was that guy. It's the attraction, the personality that this person had. I know. I've dabbled in different businesses. When you attractive, attractive people, and you attract good and bad. That's what I know about me. I attract good energy and I attract bad energy.
Yeah, there's always
saying?
envy.
But if Domencio, those guys was here, they would have been the over the Puffy or Puffy them guys or had artists. Because I even had artists. You know what I'm saying? I know what these guys would have been. So today is more a celebration of his birthday, but of his life and his legacy, man. Because them guys would have really shook the fucking tree. I promise you.
It's funny you said that.
I mean, they changed the narrative
would have
then.
shook the fucking tree.
Yeah, they changed the narrative
I
then.
go in the industry and I shake the tree. And
it's
I'm a
funny
late
you
bloomer.
said that because
I'm a late bloomer.
They said he wanted to get into the music industry, and I'm saying that to say, did you get a whiff of that, or did you hear that from obviously the people who were older than us that were around him? Like he loved that life, that industry life, the music biz and how it worked, and he was trying.
All of us, everybody.
He was trying to scratch into it.
You got,
and of course his.
He was scratching
man.
into it because that was the next phase of that time. That was the next phase. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's when the Eric B, the Run DMCs, the the DJ Scratch, that's when they started the Biz Marquis. They came right after that. They were, and a lot of them, even Guru, like, you know what I'm saying? Guru used to come, and be with Pops. That's where it was going. That's where it was going. You know what I'm saying? So he.
And it's crazy because they also needed them
100%.
to venture off.
Hip hop had just started not too.
Facts.
Remember the venues were even
long.
bigger. These dudes were doing the Omni. They was doing like the Garden. They was doing big interviews.
Listen, I know y'all probably don't know this stuff, but like back then, Trump had just started the Trump Shuttle. And he used to charge $99 from LaGuardia to Washington. So, guys used to put the girl. This is before searching, before 9/11. Right. So, DC was right there, like a 45-minute hour flight. So the guys that I know used to put these chicks on a plane to DC, get down. They used to bag it up in all 50s, bro. On a Friday, that's a kilo. Because they knew that shit was gonna go.
Trump had the Chinese buses
in the air.
Before the Chinese buses. The Chinese bus $20 to go to DC, Virginia. Yep. Trump had that for $99 back. Trump was a gangster.
Way back, he had the plane.
You gotta remember,
was it a plane or a bus?
It was a plane.
No,
shuttle plane.
Trump shuttle.
Trump shuttle plane. Oh,
$99 from LaGuardia to JFK. I mean, LaGuardia to DC. Not me, but my man used to put the girls back up a whole
Statute
bird.
of limitations is over. He said, not me.
Not
me. I'm just getting out of the way. Not me.
I'm a recovering street nigga. Sometimes I get scared. But bag up the whole joint in keys and 50s and get to DC. That chick used to get there, and by the next day, they come back with the money. You know what I'm saying?
When you look at Trump, man, dude was
it was a different time back then, bro. Y'all gotta understand what I'm saying to you. The cops was running around robbing everybody. The Red Dogs. I told you about in DC. They had these cops called the Red Dog Crew. Yo, they beat my man with a telephone book, bro. See, they would do shit to you that don't leave a mark. You know what I mean? They'll beat the hell out you across your head with a telephone book over and over. Nigga hit you with that telephone book until you tell. You know what I'm saying? Until you just pass out, one of the two. So this is stuff that was going on. So you mean to get through all of that, make my mark. Sean Branch and these guys is not no, these guys are some serious guys, in their own right. So to come down there and to get your own territory, recruit and get your own crew, and to actually be successful, y'all don't understand what that takes. Y'all really don't understand what it took for Domencio to, you know what I'm saying? So these are the guys that was outliers. These were the guys we had no internet. They was creating it as they was going. Nobody knew. They created for us. Niggas are still doing the shit these niggas did today. If it wasn't for these niggas,
they were our
wouldn't be
movies.
Exactly. They was the BET.
I remember being on the line at USA. I'm like this. I'm a basketball prodigy. Everybody know me. I gotta wait.
Yeah. With a little right hand. You know my man tell me.
These dudes walk right through. I'm like, damn, that's Lou Hobbs. That's
your bread was.
Hope they could recognize.
You shoot a jump shot, but you had that bag.
On this line, right.
Jump shot was alright, but you had that bag.
Yeah, you had that bag, right.
Yeah, these guys was creating
cool.
in real time. It was
even ball
Instagram.
players just started was just starting to get that.
But remember.
You know what I'm saying?
No, but they listen. They look to Domencio. They look to the street guys.
They played ball first.
No, fuck that. The street niggas, everybody wanted to be like these guys.
Right, but
every
that's what I'm
rapper
saying,
was emulating
the
them.
money.
Right.
What I'm saying is the ball players weren't. See how ball players are now with ball players didn't have that type of money in that era. It was the street dudes. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
But to see Walk, Clyde Frazier, them guys, they was emulating some real niggas uptown. Right. You know what I'm saying? That they didn't really accept them niggas, but you know what you pimping? Domencio was them guys. People was emulating because they was doing it in real time. It was nothing to look at. What I like to tell my kids, I tell my kids a bunch of stuff that when they get placed in these positions or these situations, they have something to pull from. I call it something to pull from.
Right.
Now my dad told me, don't take a pull of that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was nothing to pull from with these dudes. They was on the forefront, making it happen. You know what I'm saying? making
Then
it
you
happen.
had to identify with their success too.
Making it happen.
Yeah, and that's
the
the
Wayne
thing too.
Perrys, all these guys out. These guys is making it happen, standing 10 toes down. If people understood what Domencio was about, then you get where I'm coming from. But a lot of people that wasn't outside them eras when I was outside.
Right.
That's why I'm talking so passionate about this shit. You get where I'm coming from?
Yeah,
It's real
definitely.
nigga shit.
And that's what I was saying about the ball, because like Uncle Lou used to play ball.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to go to the rec and watch these dudes dance and play. And then I look at them go from like being on the verge of being a legend in this game and shift and becoming a legend in that game. And I'm like, wow, damn, this shit is crazy. But then I realized too, that's what was so hard for some people, that they had to go do that. And not everybody was successful in that. Some dudes
But
were
everybody didn't want to play professional.
Right,
either,
right.
you know?
Some dudes, right, they didn't want to play professionally, but some dudes, when I say successful in that, I'm talking about in the game, and some dudes became jostlers, dudes snatching diamonds, dudes was doing the
Taking
shift, rolling
furs.
them, doing the switch. You know what I mean? It's this town.
You gotta explain to the audience what jostlers were.
Okay, like Jocelyn, like for people who don't know, Jocelyn's like pickpocketing. Like I got a good friend like who swiped Ben Bernanke. I don't know if everybody know who Ben Bernanke is. He's the president of the United States Treasury. He swiped dude in the airport. And then he got like almost $6 million out of him, got jammed up for $2 million for bank fraud. Said, I'll do the 7. Give me the 7. Ran with that. But I'm just saying, like, he pickpocketed the president of the United States Treasury. It's like, dude, like, how you get close to him? Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? But dudes was that gifted. They was in that. I know dudes that could tell you how much a diamond cost before they snatched it.
Wow. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Running to a lot of people don't know. Like, I'm a little older than some people, but you familiar with it. You're familiar with the scales. Dudes are snatching that, going right to the scales, cashing that out. 20 bands, 17 bands, easy coming home. And that was today's work, and they was out tomorrow. Get another 10, 17, you know,
Especially
but
in Midtown.
right, the game was so different. And like,
That's
you
a
know, to
tourist.
piggyback and to spin back to what we were saying, when you talk about marketing, when you start understanding packaging, the illusions, the 25 GPLs, they went from this to that to this, and then you get out of town, it grows and everything.
Yeah,
but that's the gift. Anything they allow us to participate in, we become masters of.
The first dude that did the market was the guy that said, hey, a $5 piece of crack in New York can go for 20 somewhere else.
Right.
That's the marketing genius. The first guy said, oh, I can sell this 20 in DC for 50. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
That's the marketing genius.
Yeah.
You know, these guys is doing this stuff, like I said, they had nothing to pull from.
Son, it take heart. It take a lot. It take a lot to pick up and go somewhere else and just set out to do something. Just like
What they gotta say about Brooklyn?
yeah, you fun. Because we done did everything in Brooklyn. That's why we everywhere else.
Oh, they gonna go.
They did everything, but they was always venturous.
Yeah.
They gonna go.
Yeah.
He ain't scared to
I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Gonna go, right?
Indians ain't coming here from
I ain't gonna
Brooklyn.
front.
County
I
of
mean, my
Kings.
man, son, my
Can't
man
go
was like,
nowhere
yo,
without
I said, where
running
y'all
to
at?
Brooklyn.
You know, niggas was trying to hide where they was at, right?
Milwaukee,
Niggas was in
Kentucky.
Milwaukee. I said, yo. I said, nah, these niggas.
Son, I was in a
Nigga was in
tournament. I was in a
Milwaukee.
tournament
Where you
in Kentucky and see mad Brooklyn dudes. I'm in a tournament in Kentucky with Riverside. I see mad, but what are they doing down here? Like that?
Brooklyn people.
And that's
got
what's so ill about our borough and where we come from, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just that
pioneers, brother.
we literally, you know a lot of different, like, I know, like, living in B-More, I know B-More cats, and I swear if I'm lying, I'm dying. And if you've been around B-More, you could back me. I know B-More cats that never even been to DC.
Yeah.
And DC and Baltimore is like going from Brooklyn to
Yeah.
Harlem.
Right.
That's
30,
crazy.
40 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah.
You could drive across the you could drive across the way like 5 minutes and be in DC. And
I
Captain
know people
people
from
never.
upstate that never been to New York City.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's
Yeah.
valuable. You can believe it.
Yeah.
You can
People in
believe it.
Albany,
It's not far
they
fetched.
never been to New York City. I'm like, you never.
Son,
been
today
2
I was
hours away?
driving.
There's no way in hell to New York City. Never been there. Never been to New York. Times Square, none of that.
Never.
Yeah, that's true too. I guess you can look at it, but for
You
the
know
most
what's
part,
crazy?
when
You say
go
that?
to
But DC
I had
and,
some
and
cousins-
Baltimore, like if you ain't been to DC up the street, then
I
you
had
know,
some
but these
cousins
guys are
come
so,
up for the holiday. First and only time I took them to see the ball drop. First and only time in my life I went to Manhattan and ain't know nobody. I said, I don't know nobody. It was so many goddamn
changed,
tourists.
man.
I had never went to see the ball drop. That wasn't for us.
Don't know nobody.
I didn't know nobody in Manhattan. I was
I seen the drop.
Yeah, I gotta do that.
Word, at that time I was like, at that time I had never did it.
You never seen the ball drop?
But for
See,
the
these are
most
things
part,
you
for the
need
to
most
see the ball
part,
drop.
Brooklyn, we everywhere.
Right.
Who been to Statue of Liberty?
Yeah.
I did that. I've been there.
I've been Statue of
School
Liberty.
trip, right?
I never went on a school trip.
On a school trip.
I remember I never used to run into people from Flatbush. I used to always run into people from everywhere else. Never used to run into people from Flatbush. All of a sudden, I've been running into people from Flatbush.
Flatbush
everywhere,
famous,
bro.
you heard?
Yeah, Flatbush famous, boy. People, Flatbush famous, people everywhere.
Kev, tell us about those books, man. Over there, man. You got some jewels over there.
Yeah.
That's a whole different.
I think I read. Listen, my man Short Hit Hard. He locked up. He done read all three of these. Yeah, Shorty done read all three of these.
That's good.
So my sister C.L. Hawkins, man, she got a series of books. She actually got this is her third, but she got a fourth one coming out now.
Shout out to C.L. Hawkins. You
Listen,
heard?
C.L. Hawkins.
You heard?
And she from Flatbush.
Flatbush.
She in the building.
There's a lot of stories in
I didn't read
Flatbush.
these two. I think I read. No, I didn't read this one. So I appreciate it for. But I'm gonna read this one here. Which one was the first?
read the first
This was the
No.
first one, right?
My first book is
This is second.
no. The first book is Same Old Song. So I got part 1 and part 2,
That's these two. Huh?
That's
Right.
the one. Right. Okay. So
and then the one that you're holding in your hand, Kev.
this
is
is the
called-
one. This is
yeah.
the new one. Did you send Shorty this one?
That's DOC Love. That's
Which
Shorty
one you-
Erotic Story.
Which one you sent?
Shorty got all 3.
Okay, I knew he be yo CO books, yo I'm passing around, yo niggas talking about C. I said yeah baby, we Flatbush famous baby. Yo, if y'all don't got y'all gotta support, man. That's what I'm big on. I'm big on supporting my
Yeah,
people.
we finishing
man.
part 3 right now.
Salute to you for even having the courage to write these books, man. And you know, you keep encouraging me. Yo, you encouraging a lot of people to write books. You know that?
I don't know.
No, Chris Holmes.
You ain't gonna
Christopher
play that.
Holmes. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you, Christopher Holmes
This is
called
a true
me.
story.
Need the blueprint.
Go ahead.
Need the blueprint.
No doubt. Sis is dope,
Yeah.
man. C.L. Hawkins, man. That's my folk, man. Sis is dope. You motivating a lot of people. So, can you help me write mine?
Kevin.
Me too.
We're gonna. Kevin was supposed to write this book before I even wrote my first book, and before I even started writing my books, I told Kevin, bro, you got a story to tell.
Wow, who else been telling you that?
No, but I told
Who else been telling you that?
Domencio Jr. just said to y'all, it's about timing.
Yeah,
He just
right.
said to you, wasn't the time. You know how much manuscripts I
Like
lost?
that.
I
You told me.
left my computer. Yo, dude, I had a laptop I bought just to write this book. She'll tell you. And left it on the plane in the pocket, bro. The whole laptop.
Kevin called me for like 2 weeks straight.
So
Yo,
I
we
feel
gonna
your
write
pain,
this
bro.
book. We gonna do this. Yo, we gonna do this. This is before I wrote my first book. Kev, all right, Kev, you got a story to tell. I was there, so I know the stories.
Yeah, it's a hell of a book.
I know the story from where you was, where you came from Rogers Ave side to now where you at now. Here later, Kev, I wrote my first book. What? We gonna take it to the movies.
No
Kev,
doubt.
like yo, my books is all over. Like my books is in there. I said Dollars is running these books.
No doubt.
Like
No doubt.
yes, it's running these books
Salute.
like it's nothing.
Yeah, we gonna
I
work
make
on-
a joke because he be
gotta
like,
do-
yo, we. So he's the writer. This is
That's
our
right.
joke. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
But Kev, part 2 came out.
There she
When
goes.
part 1 came out, Mencio hit me up about the documentary. Yo, Chaz, I want to do. Yo, sis, I want to do the. Yo, do it. How? What I gotta do? You want to do the book? Yeah. I'm gonna send you the email to do the book.
No doubt.
I sent him to do the book. He come out with the documentary. All right, you come out with the documentary. I come out with the book.
No doubt.
I need
That's what I'm
that
saying.
email.
Yo, C.L.
I'm not serious, 'cause
Hawkins.
I started-
Listen.
I
She
started-
listen.
I started
She
writing a
inspires
book.
so much people, bro.
I started writing a
She
book.
don't
It's
even
called A
know.
Letter to a Son. So I'm speaking to my son as if he was still here.
That's dope.
And how he was, how children are born to be greater than us. So it's the whole
That's
thing.
dope,
It's
man.
really about like, no matter what, like we were always meant to be. That's why we were. And like you were born to be better than me, a better ball player, a better dancer, better dresser, everything. And it's supposed to just keep evolving. So like it's really ill, but it's a short book because it's more like for parents. Right? But you know, I send a text out. You know, gotta love on my people while they here, give them their flowers while they here, man. Like my son had a verse in his song. Fuck posting pictures of me. You know who did it? Go and kill him for me. Like don't post pictures of me. Like end of the
You know
day,
who
it's
did it? Go kill him for
yeah,
me.
yeah.
Let me
Niggas
ask
posting
you a
pictures.
question. I lost my mother and my father actually, but the grieving process. I know. Are you still grieving?
At times, Like I know I'm in grieving and sometimes it's suppressed. But like last week it was his birthday, so it was like always different. I always try to either get out of town or stay in. You know, I do my own thing. I listen to his music all day. I was doing the living room over. I put his picture up. You know,
You could have came and checked me.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't even go out. Like, I remember I just moved, so I was getting the crib in order and stuff. But it's like when I'm able to sit back and I look at the letters, like writing him, because he went through a period when he went through his whole thing and he was different. And I kind of set him up. I always tell myself I set him up because even though he played ball, I had him boxing young, and then I put him in Brazilian jiu-jitsu. And then so he wasn't afraid to mix it up. He wasn't afraid to grapple with a big dude, tangle with a little dude. So sometimes in situations he probably could have walked away from, he didn't mind going all the way. But that's the stuff we instill in them. And but in the book, it's like I want parents to understand. Tell your kids you love them, because that's the misconception. People don't tell their kids they love them. It's all right to hug your son, stuff like that. It's a lot of stuff that's lost,
You could
and.
put
Of course.
I'll give you my opinion, but in that book, this is a letter to his son. Like you could put see how you sit and you said what I'm saying, y'all had letters and stuff like that. You could put that in there, because that would be my opinion. I'm just saying that could be a healing process for you too.
Right. Let me tell you, I'm on my second therapist. Right. My first therapist, everything was about his death. Every session. Yeah. So when you got the phone call, I can't get past it. The new therapist is like, how are you with your children? Do you speak to them about it? When the last time you guys had a conversation? Do you celebrate him on days that aren't like his birthday or the anniversary of his death? Things of that nature. Like how do you get past it? Like who do you talk to? Because it's like the first time where somebody really took time to ask the lion if he's okay. You understand what I'm saying? Like him and Domencio, who knew him, like they know him on a different level. Even when things would happen and people would talk to me, I would be like, yo, listen, I don't know about all that, man. I know you better be in this house by 8:30 because then you got a curfew.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
That would be
Domencio?
right in the book. It would be a healing process for you, just like with Domencio doing the documentary. That's a healing process for him.
And also too,
That's right.
we thank you. Like I'm thank you for the people. Like we thank you for the documentary because so many people read all the stories.
Right.
And seen the snippets on YouTube and this, that, and third that speak about the bullshit. Right. You understand what I'm saying? And you giving us him the person. Right. You know what I mean? That was huge. You understand what I'm saying? Right. And if you can't identify with that and how great that was and be like, damn, like wow, I really feel like I know him, like that's dope. Like, but look at his son. So then because it can help a dude be like, you know what? I'm a shift. I'm a shift, like, you know what I mean?
You got a part 2 coming, or what is next on the horizon for you as far as documentary? I know you love the film work, and I'm a fan of your work. Right. So what do you got going on next?
So right now I'm waiting for a script to come back, and I'm shooting not another documentary. Well, I am shooting another documentary with I have X filming it. That's based on it's a Canarsie documentary. Nice. It's like based on reverse gentrification, being that I moved to Canarsie from Flatbush at a time where it was dominated by Italian and Jews.
What year was that?
To see, that was 92. Yeah. When we moved to the block, it was only Jews and Italians. I had mobsters on the block, and literally by that next spring, we moved in. Let's say October. By the springtime, they were gone. So I watched that neighborhood go from, go from. Like,
what are you talking about, in the 80s and the 90s?
I'm talking about Canarsie. I'm talking about the 90s. He was Canarsie.
Canarsie in the 90s?
So we've been there from we seen when it was, what it is, so now
I remember too.
So now to what it is now, it's like a gangland, you know what I'm saying? So I'm doing the reverse regentification on how that works. So
it's crazy how everything intertwines. Like Rashad was killed in the 90s.
Right.
In Canarsie.
Right.
Yeah,
He's killed on 102nd between L and M.
You see that?
Phil, what up?
You see that?
You say L and M.
That you kid?
L and M. Back in them days, Avenue L was. Like when we wanted trouble, see, I'm from Brownsville, but I'm born from Brownsville, but I lived in Canarsie for a long time.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so Avenue L history is totally different. Just the other day I drove down Avenue L. Just the other day.
Whole new world.
I was in a maze.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Avenue L is what?
Right. Avenue L.
Just
Just Avenue in general. You can
90s?
start from
Down to like
108. Right.
Down
Yeah.
to
Or
Remsen,
Remsen. Or even
yeah,
one.
yeah,
Yeah.
to like Rockaway Park.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Different.
All right, for rec, if we wanted rec, like we would go over there.
Right.
Oh, Avenue L.
Yeah.
And the rec was, yo, we gonna throw something at somebody gonna chase us,
Yeah.
or that was the rec because the Italians, the
Yeah.
fake mobsters, real mobsters, they had that on smack.
Right. Right.
It's same thing you
Different
said.
now, right?
Same thing you said.
I was a troublemaker back then because like he said, I'm coming from
Brownsville.
I'm from Brownsville, but I'm coming from Bedford South and Tompkins, moving to that neighborhood. So I'm like, what? We can't walk down where?
Right.
White people,
Right. Yeah, because that was that. Right. So that was the culture too.
Right.
So that's what I wanna. You know what I'm saying? I wanna show
It's the
that
same
as well.
thing Kev say, like when he come back to New York, he called me like, yo, this
Right.
shit's goofy.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I don't recognize none of it. Every time
Yeah.
Kev come to New York, he said, I don't recognize none of this.
Yeah,
man.
a lot of
This is
people don't
crazy. It's
understand
not the
when
Flatbush
when
I
blacks
came from.
came to Canarsie.
I got it.
They
I got
couldn't.
it.
They weren't
say,
welcome
Phil?
in certain
I got
parts
it.
of the
I'm out of here.
Nah, but
neighborhood.
that's dope
You know
though,
what I'm
man.
saying? So to see how
out of
the
here.
culture has changed so much, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's a story that needs to be told. But as far as so I got that working, but I am waiting for a script to come back, and I am shooting a feature film. You know what I mean? That's loosely based on my pops. My pop, it's not the Domencio story or anything like that, but he is a character in it, and it's. So it's gonna be dope.
It's
talking
chronicle-
about
it's
that time
You
chronicle-
going
got
into
a
my-
reality show situation coming on with you and
Yeah, that kind of so the reality show we did have in the makings. We had a
you
situation
and
with
P3?
we had a situation. Yeah,
Supreme son.
yeah. He was involved in a certain kind of way. But me and Ferris, and I had a good friend of mine named Taheem Bryan, who was the director and producer of the Equal Standard with Ice-T. So he got
Dope.
us the deal. We had a deal with the network. He passed away last year. Damn. Yeah, he passed
COVID?
away. No, he got killed. You know, he got killed last
Rest
year.
in peace.
And untimely as well. So I don't know where that situation stands. You know,
Okay.
I was and in fact, as far as the reality show was concerned, I was behind the scenes. I wasn't really gonna be on the show, you know what I mean? But I definitely
Input.
So
was
who's going to be on the
the
show? The actual characters, or should I say the people of interest?
just the people of interest was just children that were
They all had the same background like you had.
for the most part all
Right, so they
lost a parent, father or mother.
Okay.
So lost them in which way? To death or incarceration?
Yeah, or incarceration.
Gotcha,
exactly.
gotcha,
So
gotcha.
not just killed,
Right, right.
but lost them through the game. You
Just
know what
lost
I'm saying?
them.
Just- and and their parents were notable. You know what I'm saying? Like people that
Yeah, I
we
saw
all can
Supreme Son
associate
on
with.
there. What they call him, P3 or P2?
I don't know what they call
Anyway,
that.
I
Dude,
saw
man.
his son on there.
Yeah, Supreme Son was on there. Farrah's son was on there. My
Right.
man from
I
Harlem.
thought it was a dope concept. That's what I was rooting for.
The concept was dope.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, because when you, like I said, when you think about it, just showing how you know kids that lost their parents, how they can do a 360, and we can show how they're living now. You know what I mean? Like that to me, that's dope because the people that were
Breaking the
on
cycle.
the show breaking the cycle, and they're all doing positive. You know what I'm saying? Like I know one of the people that was going to be on the show was the dude from Harlem, and his name is. They have a book on him right now, but his daughter has it's gonna come to me, but his daughter has a crazy. It's called Reborn or something like that.
The
She
book
has
is called Reborn?
No, her products is called Reborn.
Okay, gotcha.
And her father's well known. I'm trying to think. He's from Harlem. His father's
There's a lot of concepts like that because I know growing up, Gotti did it.
yeah.
And then I seen Griselda Blanco.
Yeah. So they had the Cartel Kids. The
Cartel Kids.
Yeah.
The cartoon.
Right.
Yeah,
so,
so-
when I
so-
saw it,
so
I
my
thought
take
it was
was-
gonna be
my
crazy. I
take
said this
was-
shit's gonna be nice.
Yeah, my take was why we don't got that.
Right.
You know what I mean? We
I
got
totally agree.
we got stories too. That's interesting. We have the same dynamic.
Right,
So
that's
we need
why
to pick that
that's-
conversation
That's,
up.
yeah, that's why you
So-
guys.
so-
That's why you guys are
the
relevant.
situation.
Yeah.
Because
So
you,
like I said, I fell off when Ty had passed away. It kind of just was like, you know, he really spearheaded it, and I was he was a good friend, and I lost the drive. But I also believe in if it's meant to be.
I believe you could pick up the
and,
ball,
And we
though.
could, yeah, I could. I
believe
believe
you
so
could pick
too.
the
And that
ball
might
up.
be something that I might revisit. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying?
You know, it's crazy. I
Dope.
think my son KJ, he identifies with the same thing because as you were speaking, I was just feeling a lot of your pain and
Right.
just replaying the story in my head. And my son, you know, is the same thing. You know, he has pressure to try to be somebody, or people think he's supposed to be me, but he's himself.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
What I'm
And he probably fights with that.
Right.
And
So
tries to,
you just brought it to light to me.
He's probably trying to balance it, like, yo,
right.
hold on.
I
Even
ain't
though
think
you're
about
still
him
here.
this whole time. Think about him like, damn.
But
Well, maybe
it's crazy. It's crazy you say that because when you went through the ordeal, I was on the phone with him regularly. Like, you know what I mean? He really evolved as your son. Let's not, we're not saying as a young man, as whatever, but as your son, because he really played point. He really did what he really did what he's supposed to do, man. And
he did.
And I was on the phone, I'm checking in. He said he's calling back when he said he's gonna call back. Like, yo, I'm gonna hit you. I got an update for you. I hit you back. Like, and that made me feel good because he really was on point. I mean, what you need me to do? No, I'm good. I'll let you know if I need you. But he really.
The crazy part is we not.
And he was a
about
kid.
What he going through.
And he was a kid.
What he going through. Like,
Right.
where I'm coming from.
Right.
Like all that pressure.
Nah, salute to him.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure, man.
Yeah,
It
you know?
is a lot of pressure. You know how many times, man, like, you know.
Even when people don't say, yo, man, I'm proud of you. You know what I mean? I mean, a dude who look like you telling you, I'm proud of you. You know what I'm saying? Because you know where we come from. Yo, that's a dope jacket. What happened, homie?
Right.
My man's a dope jacket. Nobody got to die.
Yeah. Right. That's a fact.
serious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not
No,
it's
you're
a
right,
nice
you're right.
jacket, but dudes ain't used to compliments.
Yeah.
Like
Thing
dudes
is-
see you in the ghost, they can't say like that, man.
Yeah, a lot of
White
people,
is
man. A
nice.
lot of people see me like I'm trying to, like, man. Listen, I'm trying to be the complete opposite of my pop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like complete opposite.
But why should you have to deprivate yourself of a good life?
Right.
Like you
Right.
like something, obtain it. Go out and get it.
I think people care too much about what people think.
Yeah.
And I'm like that, bro. Because sometimes I'll be like, yo, I wonder what they gonna think. Like, I might not even drive a certain car
nobody
someplace
call you on the
because I'm
first to
thinking
see
what
you
they
need no
gonna
help.
think when I pull up.
I'm a person
Why
like
should
that.
why
like
their
that?
insecurity should make a difference to me? Like, if I want to pull up in a Wraith, nigga, let me pull up in a
I
Wraith.
used
The
to- I
fuck?
used to be
You
like
know what I'm
that
saying?
hard, like,
Fuck, I gotta worry about you because you ain't got a
what
Wraith.
people thought, like, he could tell you.
We
like,
gotta
why you
stop
here?
that. We gotta
I used
stop
to
that,
really,
man.
Kev could tell you, I used to always be like that. Like, with the books or even with, you know what I'm saying, our business with King and Queen Voice. Like, I was like, what they gonna think if we do this? Or because, you know what I'm saying, like
Can't
me,
think like that.
like me, like Kev said, when it comes to the books or when it comes to the products, like people will look at our stuff and be like, you know what I'm saying? And
But if that was Tommy Hilfiger product,
Well, remember they
they'll
always
buy
say-
it, or they won't even second guess it,
but
right?
they always say-
but
It's because it's you.
right.
It's
Right.
because
Right.
it's you. You know what I'm
But
saying?
just to tune into what you said about caring what people think. If I cared what people thought, I wouldn't have released the documentary. Because I had people like, yo, why you doing this? Yo, that was back in the days. Or why you doing that, man? Don't rehash that. Or why you know what I mean? It's personal to us,
Right.
to you, to whatever you have or your story. That's personal to you.
No doubt.
So we can't care what nobody think, and you know what I'm saying? Because they don't have that same passion that you have for your
Right.
king and queen royal products and your story and where you came from to actually have now a product that can one day be on the shelves. You understand what I'm saying? That's big. It's bigger than you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's on the shelf now. It's just not on those shelves
those
as of
shelves.
as of
Yeah,
yet.
yeah, for sure,
Right,
for
so that's
sure.
ill. It's just like I got into it with somebody because you know me, I'm verbal. I'm gonna give it to you straight like that. I don't even care because at the end of the day, we both men or whatever the case may be. You either gonna appreciate what I say or don't, but that's it. But it's not gonna go any further unless it has to.
Yeah.
But don't tell me Domencio got the little documentary coming out. Don't tell me they got the little facial business. Ain't nothing little about what they doing. Don't tell me
doubt.
nothing
I hate
about
when people
little.
do that.
But the people that do that don't even
hang
got
with people
nothing.
that
Right,
dress
but
it
don't
like
undermine
that.
what they
But the
doing.
people
and
that say
drives me
that don't have
crazy.
nothing going
Right.
on.
I'm be
And
honest
that's
with
what
You know what I'm
drives me
saying? Like, when
crazy.
you do have something going on, guess what you do?
You know why?
You support and uplift.
No doubt.
It's categories, it's levels. It's always categories and levels. It's not just because a rapper said it. It's
No
always
doubt.
categories and levels. No one is gonna be on. It's not gonna be 100. If it's 100%, it's not gonna be 99% at this level. It can't. It's impossible. There's not gonna be a lot of people that's gonna say, "I'm going outside and go get that money, go take that trip." Those
doubt.
are not those people. It's not a lot of those people. So when you get like kings, queens, it's how many kings and queens?
But first, I gotta
It's
see
how many-
myself. You gotta see yourself as a king or a queen.
Exactly.
Beloved.
So this is what I'm trying to say. To put it all in a nutshell, everybody's not going to be on that type of time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everybody's not going to be strong enough to stand on their own 2 feet.
100.
Everybody's not going to be strong enough to say, I don't care what somebody else say and do what you want to do.
Right.
It's not going to happen. Stop looking for it, bro.
Right.
Stop looking for it, bro.
But you
Stop
know what?
looking for it.
You know what, D?
Do what you
Yo,
got to
D,
do.
I feel like
Stop looking for
it's
it. You're
natural
looking for
though.
the attention.
It's
I
natural.
tell her all the time.
That shit is natural, bro. Listen, when you start, I do this shit all the time, man. I start some shit, bro, and I know everybody around me ain't gonna believe in that shit, my nigga. I fucking know. And ain't nobody gonna believe in my shit, nigga. And I still do that shit. And it should still fucking pop. But in the beginning, I'm still like, yo, Chaz, what you think about writing a book? I don't need fucking Chaz tell me my book gonna pop. But it's a human nature for me to feel, you know what I mean? Lesser than. I'm like, yo, Chaz, you think I can do it? Yo, no, what you think about Flatbush Famous? I know I'm gonna do it. But it's just the human nature for me to believe I can't do
Sometimes
it.
you want to reinsurance. And
So I
think,
called Domencio. Domencio, you think I could do it? And if he say, yo, Kev, I think you can knock that shit out the park, I might say, you know what? I'll hang up and go write the word because Domencio said that I just need some belief. And we don't believe in ourselves,
like my
man.
thing is and I was always like that from playing sports, being a quarterback or a point guard or whatever case, be always like leading and trying to get people to do certain things. So my character is, I'm going to stop you before you develop this bad habit with me. So you might say it to him or her about somebody's Project Little or I don't know why he went and brought that or don't do that shit
That's
with
where
me.
you at now. In
Right.
your life. Look, listen, that's where you at now.
Right.
As a 53-year-old man.
Yeah.
But would you have that same energy as a 23-year-old man when nigga told you couldn't do it? Or they told you wasn't gonna do this.
And you know what's
Or
crazy?
maybe you should go get a city job because you ain't gonna be able to fucking make it to the NBA.
Yeah, that makes
you get where I'm coming from?
And you know
So
what's crazy?
motherfucker put their own, they put their
dude-
insecurities on you.
A dude told me that shit
You know what I'm
at
saying? Don't
work.
put your insecurities on me, my nigga. Your anxiety on me.
Boy, I'm at
Don't
work.
put your shit on me.
A dude came to me at work. He said, yo, man, what's up? I said, how you been, man? He said, long time, man. He said, yo, man, I gotta tell you something, man. I said, wait, I saw you the other day. I said, what's up? He said, yo, you let me down, man. I said, what happened, man? He said, I thought you was going to the league. I said, me too.
Me too. Me three. Me three.
Yeah. I said, what?
Me
I
too.
said, yeah.
I
said,
thought
it is
Phil-
what it-
I thought Phil was going to the
I said,
league.
I said, you gotta work somewhere, right? So I said, you
Had
had
a
to work.
wicked jump shot.
I said, where you going to work? He said, nah, I don't work. I said, damn, bro, like I'm at my job and you insulting me and you're not even going to work? I said, but y'all sorry I let you down, though, man.
But you want to
So
know
that's the
something?
same
though?
thing with you. People will put their disbeliefs on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you started something. Like, right now, I know you got so much greatness in you. That's why I really wanted to sit down with you because watching that project showed me what you really get capable of. I'm like, damn, this motherfucker's a monster. So what he got next? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so
and whatever you
definitely,
have,
I
we
gotta
have to
continue
support.
Film, so that, yeah, look out
And
for
speaking
that.
of
doubt,
that,
no
and
doubt.
speaking of that, Mencio, you know what I'm saying? I'm calling your name like I know you like.
Nah, you do, man. You're family, brother.
You said a little while ago, yo, I'm trying to not be like my pops, right? And I'm gonna have to disagree with that a little bit, because I think some of the good and the things that we revere about your father, you got.
Right, but that's organic.
Right?
Right.
So you may not sell drugs like he did, right? But the things we love about him is the things people love about you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Home run.
So you are like your pops. You just using the good and the things people love about you and your
Energy is
pops
different, right?
Right.
into something different. You know what I'm saying? So like, I just seen it's got all the kids here showing. Yo, that's why I asked you about your college degree and how you felt.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they see you, they ain't gonna think you went to college and
Right,
graduated.
right.
Nah, he went to college and graduated.
And I made mistakes.
You know what I'm saying?
And I wasn't perfect.
And he
I
made some mistakes, and he wasn't perfect. And no matter what happened in life, the documentary is out there forever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then you were just talking about doing a documentary about reverse gentrification. So you're not even keeping it on some gangster shit.
Yeah.
You're just broadening your horizon, saying,
But it's
listen,
all
I'm
in-
focusing on this
Right.
as well, because I'm from Brooklyn.
Absolutely.
I seen my neighborhood flip. I seen my borough flip, and I'm gonna shed light on it to let people know this is how we feel about where I come from. I was born and raised flip. So you showing so many dimensions of yourself. Like I didn't know you graduated college until today.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
So I don't mean to cut you.
Because
but-
the people may misinterpret.
Right, no,
what
that's
you're
cool.
saying.
Yeah, and I didn't mean it when I said I don't want to be like my pops. I mean in that aspect of the gangster, you know what I'm saying, the
All the
hustling.
negative-
I want to You know what I'm saying? As far as
wanna
all
be
the
the
good
businessman
qualities,
he
as far as he was loved. So I definitely want to
But
be
you
like
can't
that
help it.
because
It's in
people
you.
loved him. Because you could have money and
doubt.
people not respect you.
doubt.
You understand what I'm saying? You could have
not love you.
or not love you. You know what I'm saying? So he had the love more so than
Had
the
the
money, the anything. It was more so love. People genuinely loved him. So when I say I don't want to be like him, I'm talking about as far as how the gangster shit that came with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they lived the gangster life. You know what I'm saying? They had no choice. You know what I'm saying? So I could have easily jumped into that. You understand what I'm saying? But I chose to go another route and not and switch it up. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by
And
that.
that's what I want to give you your props on. You know what I mean?
doubt.
Like that's the light that I'm shining on, because that's why I was like kind of harping so much on the college thing, because I'm like, I don't believe everybody needs to go to college to be successful. Right?
Now I'm gonna say that now today.
Yeah, I don't believe everybody needs to go to college.
Today,
I also went to college and graduated.
Today is a whole different.
And I
you know
was
what I'm
looking the
saying?
other day.
Yeah.
My degrees in my fucking laundry room
Right.
in a plastic
Yeah,
bin.
yeah,
You understand what I'm saying?
And a lot of times people
Yeah,
get the degree and they're doing something completely opposite. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna try to figure out the NFTs. Yeah, fuck
Yeah. So
Fuck y'all in college.
But when I graduated,
I'm in the metaverse.
right. But when I graduated
open up
high school,
KDU?
you know what I'm saying? Like
You might open up KD.
college was a big thing at that time.
It was
You
a
know what I'm
big thing
saying?
at
And
that
then it
time.
also was big to do it. You know what I'm saying? Coming from what I came from. So,
Yeah.
but now today, of course, is different. But there's nothing wrong with having that piece of paper. And as a matter of fact,
And I'm jealous.
Yeah, and it's
I would have went to
and it,
a HBCU, man, if I knew
tried.
better.
you done went to D1, man. Stop it.
He
man.
went D1, you know what I'm
D1,
saying?
man.
He went D1. You think it was nice.
Kidding me.
I really wanted to do it too. I wanted to do it for my moms. You know what I'm saying? My moms wanted me to get a degree.
Yeah,
I was
even
trying to
if
get
it's
an
online,
associate's.
sometimes that's your
I
personal
enrolled,
goal.
but I just couldn't stay focused. But I enrolled in Long Island, LaGuardia. LaGuardia
Carolina
College.
City.
Yeah, LaGuardia Community College. That's why I enrolled that. But that's about as far as I went.
80-20 girls, good school.
It was all right.
Yo, you know what?
It's all right.
Sometimes,
You went to 3 times.
sometimes to be honest though,
went to
sometimes
Chicago
if you got the youth tapped in or whoever tapped in, it don't matter. Sometimes it's about honestly just starting whatever you. It's about finishing whatever you start. You know what I'm saying? Like CL, she started her book. She probably started from 1. You know what I'm saying? Or just
Right.
writing.
Now
She
she's
has
on-
3
Now she's
now.
on her 4th.
She
And
started
4's coming
and
out.
finished. It's about same thing with the documentary. Like my cousin is
You started several times.
My cousin, he's a big wig over at Netflix, and I used to be like calling him like, yo, you know what? He was like, yo, it don't matter, but you started that document, finish it. You know what I'm saying? So for the audience or whoever's watching, sometimes it's about finishing whatever you start. I committed. I put my foot there to do that. It was about
And-
finishing it. You know
and
what I'm
what you-
saying?
and what you said,
these
too.
are finished products. This is a finished product because
right.
she started it. It's finished. It's about finishing what you start. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest
Nah,
thing.
that's big. That's big for real.
Salute, man.
Because it's like
Salute.
we get distracted. We don't think we can. And then 2, the times we live in too. Like we coach. Like me and Kev coach, right? You have all these parents that don't have to hold these kids liable. So as soon as they're not getting playing time, they want to take them and put them on another team.
Right.
Stuff like that. So it's the same thing. You have to commit to something and see it through.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we were just talking the other day, and a lot of people don't know this, and me and we were just talking the other day, and I brought up North clothing to him, and he started laughing. He's like, yo, because I'm a sponge. You tell me something, it's so thin, man. I don't forget nothing, man.
That was 20 years ago.
20 years ago. You know what I mean? We talking about that, and it's like you look at so many things like what you've done. You've done a lot. You changed. You started in it. You jumped in the game. Was successful. You changed. Went to school. Was successful. Got out of school. Became an adult. A successful adult. Worked in mainstream. You know what I mean?
Right.
Had a young lady with successful in your relationship. Had a child. Family man. Father. Like them shits is all wins, bro. You understand what I'm saying?
And we
And
need
it's
to
things-
get back to that, man.
Right, it's
That's,
things
we need to
people
get
don't
back to that,
identify
man.
with.
We need to get back to that.
You see this man sitting here with his wife, like this is
That's
big.
big. That's
That's
big.
Like,
Crazy
That's
buzz.
big.
You know,
newly married young man.
She been talking
It's
about her
big.
husband since I walked in the door, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Said, my husband coming in 9
Can't
years.
be afraid to lose though.
Look, dude, I got the invite. I said, I didn't have my glasses on. I went to the drawer like Fred Sanford. I was like, Kevin Donaldson's getting married?
You was there too, baby.
Yeah. I was like,
We was all there.
KJ was in the building.
yeah, you know what I mean? And it's big though because son, that's serious. Like you remember the goal is to grow up in a household with your children. You understand what I'm saying? You got so many households that don't have two-parent households. You got
That's why today is so special to me. It's
we got
weird.
present absentee fathers.
It's weird today.
Dudes in the house with their kids and don't know what's going on.
Domencio's
Your
birthday.
teacher name.
Like I like organics. You know what I mean? I like when things just happen.
That shit's the worst.
Not being there.
That is the
Yo,
worst.
Domencio, you wanna know what's crazy, son? It's not crazy, excuse me. You wanna know what's remarkable? You're gonna be able to see Madison go to the prom.
That's right.
Yeah, God willing.
You know what I'm
going
saying?
live.
We
You're
going
gonna be able
to
to look. She's 16. She getting a license. This is the shit you here to see. So you already elevated it.
Inshallah, yep.
You already elevated
Do
it.
we get to reenact the screen from Dinner Thieves with her prom day coming in the garage and we all in there gooned out?
Oh yeah, we gotta do that. You know that, man.
No doubt.
You know that's how we give it.
No,
gotta let
but
these
God
young boys
bless
know,
on that,
man.
Yeah,
like for
for
real,
sure.
man.
They
Like,
different.
Domencio, I just
now,
want
They
to
real
commend you,
different.
man, on your ability to what we say, what I call being able to stay in the box. And that's no matter how the pitcher's pitching, throwing at your fucking head, trying to back you off the plate, you get up, dust yourself off, put your fucking helmet on, you get back in that fucking box. And you wait for your pitch. You slap that bitch 450 feet. A lot of guys can't stay in the box, my G. Get a little bad pitch, they get out the box. You don't want to do it no more. You see what I'm saying? The analogy of what I'm telling you, being able to stay in the fucking box. Niggas can't stay in the box, son. I don't need a friend. I stay in the fucking box until that nigga come across the plate and I slap that shit across the fucking fence. And your ability to stay in the box is just different from others, man.
I appreciate
salute
that,
to you
man.
on
That's
that,
big.
for real,
Thank
man.
you.
Respect.
Appreciate it, real talk.
Respect.
Yo,
my respect.
and just to wrap it up real quick, son, I can relate to you on so many levels because my pops was murdered when I was a newborn.
That's right.
wow.
And they found him on the side in the highway in New Jersey. Wow. So my mom's found out her baby father died by her sister saying the state police called me.
Wow.
And asking, because she didn't know his real name. She just knew his street name. My aunt didn't know his street name. So when you sitting there saying that, you know, your pop, because my pops was in the game too.
Yeah.
And what was crazy about that situation, his cousins murdered him, right? His cousins murdered him. So, you know, when you sitting there saying like they didn't get to see, he didn't know I could play ball. He didn't know I grew to play ball. He didn't know what kind of parent I was going to be. He didn't know that, you know, whatever the hell was going on with me, he just had no idea of it because he wasn't here. So when I asked you those questions, those was coming from here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I could relate to you on that level.
And I feel your energy because my little brother didn't, you know, I got a little brother in Maryland that never met my pop. When my pops died, he was 5 monnts.
You got
And
two
you,
other
and you at
siblings,
least
right?
had 8 years, 8.5 years.
And my sister either. She didn't
Right.
meet my
You got
pops.
two other siblings.
You know, that doc was for us. You know what I'm saying? Like,
How does that make
real
you
talk.
feel being a big brother? Because I'm the oldest. So how does that make you feel?
Nah, I mean it make me feel good, but you know it's rough because then they look, you know, like they look at me like to give them the stories. They kind of like look at me in a way like maybe I'm their father or maybe I'm supposed to you give them
Make
these
it make
stories
sense.
that I don't even have. I can't make it make sense for
Right.
them. All I could do is just teach them everything I know. So as a big brother, I just have that responsibility of enlightening them on how to spread their wings and how to just continue to do positive. You know what I'm
Definitely
saying? I
commend
can't
you.
really.
Commend you,
You know what
brother.
I'm saying?
Commend you. It takes a lot. It takes a lot to do that. And the success that you made out of the lemons that you was given, my brother, is remarkable. I gotta take my hat off to you. That's why I really wanted to sit down with you.
Yeah, and I
It's a
appreciate being
50-year-old man talking to a 38-year-old man, letting you know I'm proud of you. You know, you guys that's younger, y'all gotta keep it going. Y'all have to fucking keep it going. I don't know how you're gonna do it, because I don't have the blueprint. Domencio ain't have the blueprint. Lou Hobbs, none of us got the blueprint to this shit, because we would have been, right? But you guys, man, we got to champion on the young guys, man. I'm so proud of you for being a girl dad. That's some new shit, right?
Yeah,
girl dad.
girl dad.
I got boys and girls, but if I just had girls, I definitely would have the fucking shotgun, right? But I got boys and girls, man. I just want to salute you for being a dad as well. My son, he's a girl dad now. I'm getting to see my son, you know, interact with his daughter. So it's a beautiful thing to see you guys. It's a girl dad,
And
right?
he's gonna know and make his decisions based on from watching a doc like mine. Like I gotta be here for my daughter.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Absolutely.
you know, and that's how we change the generation. That's how we change as a people. You know what I'm saying? Like
No doubt.
we honestly like we don't. Other races don't kill. They do crime. They don't kill each other the way we kill each other.
No.
Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. You know, I think about last night, a 12-year-old boy was shot in Brooklyn on Linden,
In the car.
innocent. You know, his parents were shot just on a shootout. Like, yeah, just last night. So, over, you know what I'm saying?
I was in Canarsie, too.
Yeah, on Linden and 59th.
Linden 59, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that. Like, 12 years of, like, crime is at an all-time. I think that, and this is why I came to this show today. I haven't done an interview in a while. You know what I mean? But being here, I just feel like as long as I got a voice and as wise as I get, I'm going to try to put that message out, because if we could just keep touching people here and there, man, we'll be all right. But that's big, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So it's big to be here and speak about that, and whoever's going, you know, they're going to take from this. You know what I'm saying?
That's
how I was
positive.
able to do, because I would take wisdom
Pieces.
from, you know what I'm saying, here, there, you growing up. I've been around you since I was a little boy. You know what I'm saying? So.
But that's what I was saying about having something to pull from.
Right.
And that's why I keep my kids. Sometimes I think I'm talking too much. I'm like, fuck no, they don't know shit. I gotta tell them so, because one day that shit gonna click. Something gonna click. You know what I'm saying? It be that one fucking thing.
You say you don't say enough, they ain't taking nothing.
Look, remember we talked about it? KJ was running around. KJ was in the Cressida.
Kenzo
don't know about the Cressida. Kenzo don't know about the Cressida.
Nah, man. The Cressida was a different type of day. The Cressida Kev was a different type of
took
Kev.
a big.
I was in the Cressida, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was running Brooklyn Hot with that Cressida.
That Cressida was
Brooklyn Hot with that one. You know what I'm saying, Phil?
Said Toyota run good.
You know?
They 14, 15.
That Cressida changed my life, man.
The Cressida, I think you and Black, right? Jimmy Black.
Yep. It was, you know, you had to be, you know, it was certain type of guys that had to,
you had to be there. Like they always say, you got to be a part of the racket.
But you know what? You know what's real, though? Once you get it, you had to defend it, though.
Yeah.
You had to keep that shit. You had to keep it.
It's the same thing we
you know
talk about on the
keep
flip
it clean,
side.
keep it fresh, keep it gas. You had to keep it. Niggas trying to take it.
You could be high. You could be high on the hill, right? But nothing's more humbling than when they drop you in the penitentiary with 2,999 motherfuckers you don't know who got an attitude.
Right.
Everybody angry. That shit humbles you.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And then nobody answering their phone. Dudes walking away, they can't call nobody, checking on mom, sister. This shit bad, boy.
Yeah, that's a whole nother trick the government play with you when they try to incarcerate you. You know, but you know the less of the two evils, I'd rather be incarcerated than dead, because at least I can come back to my kids. You know what I'm saying?
Right, of course.
I was incarcerated, and you know they tried to put my lights out, or they didn't really try to put my lights out. I think that people wanted them to put my lights out, because it was that type of case. Nobody even knew what kind of case. They was like, yo, that nigga gone, right?
Got 30.
But that's neither here nor there. I went in there, and I think that it was where God wanted me to be. I've never been somewhere that I never was supposed to be. Anywhere, wherever I've been in my life, I'm saying me, wherever I've been, I was supposed to be there. You get where I'm coming from?
Big.
So I'm good.
Mention, shout out your tags and everything, where people can find you.
Yeah, your social medias and all of that.
Dope. So on Instagram, it's
because I thought you blocked me.
Yeah, I gotta get your gram. Hell no. So Instagram is ghost_of_Mencio. That's for the Instagram, and the documentary's still out. It's on Vimeo, Vimeo / the Domencio Montana story. I'm on Twitter. We're on Facebook, the Domencio Montana story.
No doubt.
Yeah, you know, holla at me, check in, man, and any help I can give with putting something together, or any advice I could give, or just any motivation or encouragement I could give to the people, I'm here for.
Well, me personally,
appreciate you.
I'm gonna hold you to all of that.
Right,
you know
for
what I mean? Because I'm a type of guy, I need motivation from everywhere. And the young people, that's cool, because the young people is who motivated me.
Right.
You know what I mean? The one from these young guys, I wouldn't have none of this stuff. I be watching, I watch Feeling them niggas, you know what I'm saying? My little nephew and them.
We need CL Hawkins to give us her information, let everybody know.
Tell us how we
all
can
you
get the
big
book.
gang dudes, check in, come get right.
Yeah, tell us how we can get the book, how we can get the product, how we can get.
Yeah, we gonna talk about.
It smells good as hell. How we can get the beard oil. Plug this right quick.
I want you to forget.
About to hire him.
I'm about to hire.
About to get him on deck, right?
About to be the fit.
King Royals. We got the beard oil situation going on. We got our conditioner. You know, for the fellas out there that want to get their beard right, groomed right, we got that going on. You want to come through, get a facial.
So how y'all came up with this concept?
want to get them white heads out. You want to get them black heads out.
How y'all came up with the concept for this joint?
Oh, the
this shit smell
concept
good.
was,
It smells really good. I ain't even gonna front. I'm not even.
yeah.
Like, I'm
Your wife got tired of busting your white heads.
Actually, no, it's really, this really wasn't really her.
She got my face
her
right
thing.
when I came down here.
It's
Right,
not
you
really
got the black heads
It
out my
wasn't really her
face.
thing from the beginning. Like,
Okay.
you know, she got the books. Books is that. It evolved. You see how when you come up with one idea, if it becomes successful, you then add on to it like a snowball effect.
No
So
doubt.
what happened was, you know, we talk about penitentiary, you know, applying too, knowing things and not applying it. That's the problem. We took the initiative.
Okay,
Well, listen,
dope.
what's going to happen when you get out of here? Well, you know, we got this going on, blah, blah, blah. I have, you know, getting the Sunni because I'm Muslim. And that's what I'm saying.
doubt.
Shout out to all the Muslims out there.
No doubt.
Salute.
Ramadan coming up.
We got Ramadan coming up tomorrow, too.
Tomorrow,
Just so everybody,
Ramadan.
y'all got to know, man. That's a real holiday, a big holiday.
Down.
You know what I'm saying?
12 o'clock.
But anyway, it came off with this. So it was like, yo, look, we could do this. I'm going to do a beard oil, beard grooming. We're going to figure it out. She did the research. I'm up top. She did the research. All right, boom, look, this is how we could do it. She said, oils this spot, we can make it ourselves. You know what? I'm going to run with that. When I get to the town, I'm going to go hard with that.
Right.
This is what I'm going to do. All right, we're going to do that. Get to the town. We finalize the paperwork. I got my beard oil.
This is dope.
First thing she said, I want to gift you that. I want to gift you that. You're going to start a business. I said, all right, bet. This is what we're going to do. So I did the paperwork, put it together.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
no
saying?
doubt.
But see, these are,
women don't, you know what I'm saying?
That
I
is
mean,
when you
these
got
are
a
the
real
things
woman.
though, but you gotta have that. You
gotta
gotta
have a real
have that
woman.
because these are the things. You know, she encouraged me, I encourage her.
No
Babe,
doubt.
you need to do this, you need to do that. All these things that she know that I'm capable of doing, sometimes you get stagnated, so you do different things.
Right.
But again, to get back to the topic of it, King and Queen Royals was just a beard oil situation. Then as, you know, we started to see what was going on, everything else came apart. We had the lockdown. So during the lockdown, you know, that when I say lockdown, I'm talking about Corona.
Yeah.
We had the Corona situation. It limited a lot of people from getting money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I always been a hustler. Always been a grinder. Always been a hustler. For forever. And, you know, forever. I'm talking about since.
No doubt.
No lies, since fourth grade. Fourth grade, bro.
The concept.
I could tell.
Since you understood the concept.
Since I understood,
The
I knew the
concept.
struggle. Single
Right.
parent home, my moms take care of me. I knew the struggle. You know what I'm saying? I knew what we didn't have, and I knew what I wanted.
Right.
I had to go get
That's
it.
what motivated me. Fourth grade, I started hustling. That's what I'm saying. When I say hustling, I don't mean selling drugs. A hustler.
Could have been flipping something.
Right. Could
There
be
you
delivering
go.
newspapers. Like
Yeah,
I used to
that's
do.
me.
Newspapers,
You
boy.
sound
Me
like
too.
us in
You know what I'm
Whitman.
saying? That's me. So I started out, my first job was in a barbershop. I used to work right in the barbershop in the Star Cross Street from Woodhull Hospital, like it is barbershop. I used to sweep up in there.
Damn.
They used to pay me a
Whoa.
good little couple
Right on
dollars,
Graham
too.
and Broadway.
Right there on
Sumner.
First Street from Sumner,
On Troop.
Woodhull, so on Troop,
Troop and
exactly.
Ellery.
Troop
Troop
and
and
one of
Ellery.
them little side blocks, exactly.
Hell, that's
exactly.
your hood. Lenard.
Yeah, that's my town.
Exactly. So I used to work in there. That was my first little hustle. But anyway, to sum it all up,
Shaban.
we figured it out at that time. Like, you know what I'm saying, when money was so limited and they was shutting everything down, she said, yo, I could do the classes, boom, I could do this, we can enhance this, it could go with that, we can add it to do this. I said, you know what? That makes sense.
Salute to your
You
queen.
gotta start the class.
That's big.
Get the class. Boom. She get the class. We go half and half. We get the class. We do this. We get our machines. Yo, we gonna do it out the crib. Whoa.
That's my man.
Hold up. Not
You
doing
wasn't
that
trying to
out
go
the
to the
crib.
man cave.
You're not doing it out the
We're not
crib.
doing it out the
That's
crib.
the
We're not doing it.
sanctuary,
But
man.
guess what?
That's how Queen King
Come
Queen's
down,
Worlds
now.
was
You know what I'm
born.
saying?
Yeah.
So I figured it out.
So
I-
listen, can y'all tell me what y'all got going on now? Because I know I know you guys are. I'm not gonna say. I can't say what you got going on now. Let me not even say what y'all got going on. I don't know what y'all got going on. To be honest with you, the
King and
rose done
Queen
kicked
Royal.
in,
Well, we still got the fourth book coming out.
no doubt.
Salute.
So
I'm
what's the
saying?
name of the fourth book?
The fourth book is Same Old Song, Part
Part
3.
Part 3. So that'll be part 3 to the. So it's a trilogy
Yes.
to this. Okay, so we got a
for
trilogy
all my
coming out.
Same Old Song fans,
Part 3.
Part 3 is coming out. It's coming out. It's coming out. Like,
Good.
I don't need no.
Thank
it's
you.
Coming out.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's coming out.
Thank you.
It's coming out, for real. It's coming out.
Thank you. What else? Hold on. What else you got going on, man?
Should I answer you or answer you? Okay.
Yeah, I want to know about
See, Kevin.
the address to count. I mean, I've been down
Well,
there personally.
we
I
got
got
the-
my
we
shit
got the
done.
books.
So, and Domencio, you've been down there, right?
Yeah.
So we want everybody to get what we got. You know what
All
I mean?
right, well,
that
so
special,
run-
that special
Give
treatment.
him the rundown. Spit it out. He want all
All
of
right,
it.
so
He's
we got
stuttering,
King,
son.
All right, hold on.
She want all
We
of it.
got King and Queen Royal, 1080
doubt.
Fulton Street, Suite
1084th
9.
Street.
Sweet 9.
Sweet 9. What up? What happened? What else? All right, what else you want to do? You want to come down to
Sweet
King
9.
You want to come down to King and Queen Royals. We got our own suite. We doing our own thing down there. We doing massages, teeth whitening. We doing back rubs, back exfoliating. We doing lipo. We doing non-invasive.
We doing butt lifts. We doing breast lifts.
The non-invasive is big now.
Exactly.
I went to a seminar in Vegas.
If y'all want to take a class
for that shit,
y'all can take classes to become entrepreneurs too. We not telling nobody how not to get this money. We telling you how to get the money.
Where we can find y'all? What's the social media handle, man?
Our social media is King Queen Royals, and for the author page is author _CO Hawkins.
Dope.
So
we
are
wrap this one.
doing it. We doing it.
CO Hawkins, King and Queen Royals. Y'all know what it is, man.
Y'all want some classes? Pull up. 1080 Fulton Street, Brooklyn, New York, Suite 9 and Suite 4, because we doing things.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
I was trying to get this fashion.
Yeah, we gotta know.
Listen,
we gotta know.
Break it down, Kev.
I'm not a journalist. I'm just a hood nigga with an iPhone. That's what I say. 'Cause I don't want to apologize to shit. So don't fuck. I'm not a journalist, motherfucker. I'm a nigga. I'll cuss you the fuck out. But anyway,
can't troll you, right?
That's what Kev was trying to get at.
My people are expanding. All right, let me give you a backstory. I've always supported and believed in Chas C.L. Hawkins. On the author tip, Chastity is my friend. So, sometimes she, especially when her partner was away, she would bounce ideas off of me. And like all my sisters, Sheena has a crazy fashion line going on for the dogs. I can't give out the names because we're in the process of trademarking it. But I always try to support my people. So she's like, okay, when D come home, I got to have something for him. I say, just keep doing what you're doing. Keep your pace. So for her today to tell me, Kev, you know what? We're actually, can I say?
You can say it now. You can say it.
We're actually
drop the bomb.
Huh? I can drop the bomb.
Go ahead, Flex.
All right, I got to get the backstory. So the backstory is we all struggle in business. To be an entrepreneur is a lonely fucking road. It's not a road where you're gonna have a bunch of friends. It's not a road where you're gonna make a bunch of money. It's not a road where you're gonna get a bunch of sleep. It's not a road where everybody's gonna fuck with you. It's a road seldomly traveled by few. And those that do travel in an entrepreneur route that see themselves as unemployed, it's a lot. So we have to bounce off each other. Domencio, you can call me, Roach, we all entrepreneurs. I said, Chaz, keep on pushing. Keep on pushing. And finally today, they just signed the lease on the expansion of King and Queen Royals, and I'm so fucking happy. Can we clap it up for them? Yo, listen, black business at its finest, and that's what we got to do. We got to support. So I thank y'all for coming
from
in.
the house.
We got to support
from the house.
Take care of our own. It costs us because we'll go and support. You know,
Gucci, Louis, anybody, right?
We got to support. We got to support. And that's what I did. I went. Dudes will go one day out the blue. I was like, yo, look, I did need a facial. Dudes will go. Hold on, L. I did need a facial. Why am I gonna go give my money to
whoever?
Say that again.
Red Door, anybody.
I'm gonna go to my people that's doing the same service, and I'm gonna keep my money and let this economy flow.
Absolutely.
And how was your service when you came?
And by the way, the service was it was astonishing.
Yeah, you still
real
good.
talk. My face, I felt good. I left there.
No doubt.
I fell asleep in the chair.
Nice.
I woke up. She was
Appreciate
like, "You done?" You know what I'm saying?
I booked at 8
You got
o'clock.
people that'll buy right past.
I booked at 8 a.m. I called her. I said, listen, Chas, I'm in town. Nobody know I'm here. Can you fit me in at 8 o'clock when all these niggas is asleep?
I came in the morning. I was there like 10 or some shit.
Kev buzzed the bell. Yeah, it's Kevin Donaldson for his 8 a.m.
Yeah, it's Kevin Donaldson for my 8 a.m. Come on in. But she got me right. I got a lot of blackheads. I suffer from a lot of like blackheads and ingrown. Like I got them pore things. So she was able to like reconstruct. Yeah. Like if you see like I'm not fronting. She reconstructed my shit. I got to go back tomorrow. But once again, man.
And not only that, real fast.
No,
not only that. I know you won't wrap up, but check this out. Not only the support aspect, we do need to take care of ourselves too.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? As a people, a lot of dudes running around here talking a bunch of different chicks. You ain't never even had a facial, bro.
Right.
Go get a facial. Treat yourself good. You know what I'm saying? You'll go spend money on
Fearful.
treat yourself good.
Apricot scrub over with the Spanish
that's
people.
all. You know, that's so that all works hand in hand.
The new face of King and Queen.
I be trying to hype up.
Oh, listen.
Let me see that video. No, cut and action.
That's right.
Get it right back, yeah.
Yeah, listen, me and Domencio, excuse me, but I'm gonna have a few rosés in here. Listen, just have a check for us and we'll get you right.
Yeah. Tell them, bros.
We work better with but definitely we support our sister, man, and you know, it's no dollar amount.
I appreciate
No dollar amount.
it. I appreciate it.
She helped me.
Like I told Domencio when he
with
came,
anything I
like
need.
I told Kevin when you came, I'm always gonna give you your flowers because
No doubt.
Like anybody who know Chas and Kev from back in the days, we're not gonna say CL Hall because I'm gonna say Chas and Kev from back in the days. Like we used to run streets. Kev used to come over from Rogers to chill on tennis court and like.
And they never robbed me. I used to be in my cars. I love tennis court, man. They never. It was my guys. It was my guys and my gals.
From the stuff we done did from when we was kids.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? I'll tell that story in the book. But from the stuff that we did from kids from till now, like we both grew. You was down a couple of times.
No doubt. No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
I always speak about that.
We gonna keep it 1,000. Whoever looking, I don't care. Me, you, Gabe. That's what I'm gonna say. Me, you, Gabe.
Jibo.
Gabriel.
No, not that Gabe.
Oh.
My other Gabe from 2
You know what I'm
First.
saying? Me,
Jibo. That's my
Kev,
son.
and Gabe.
Yeah.
How's he doing? How's Jibo,
He's
man?
good.
Doing good. He's in Florida. He's
Kev
doing
left, and I ain't going. When Kev left, for some people, it was a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
But when Kev came back, when you came back and you moved to Atlanta, I think that was the best thing.
Yeah, I had to.
That was the best thing for you. So I would give you your flowers because you always used to be like, yo, Chaz, just do it. When I did the first book, I even finished the first book. Just like, you know what I'm saying, Dollars, he be on me like, I call him Joe Jackson.
It's motivation. Hey, AMD, somebody got a motivator, right?
Joe made stars.
Somebody got to motivate. Exactly. Joe made stars, baby.
Joe Jackson.
Look, I was telling dude last night at the game, I said, nobody talks about Lloyd Holiday. That's Drew Holiday pops. He got 3 sons in NBA.
Wow.
Salute that black man.
No
he
doubt.
got 3 sons in NBA.
No doubt.
You understand what I'm saying?
No
like
doubt.
that's big. Like
Yeah, like
Joe Jackson made stars.
Like, but Dollars be on me, Kevin be on me like, yo, Sid. But he be on me like, let's go.
No
I'm
doubt.
like, all right, I'm up in this shit, like, you know, whatever. You know, like, I always tell Kevin, I always tell Dollars, like, it frustrates me when I don't get the support from certain people. But used to, not now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, like, I say to myself, like, I didn't celebrate those books like I supposed to.
We're going to wrap
Right?
it. We're going to get it right.
But I'm not going to
That's
hold
why
you.
we gotta hurry up and get part 3 out because that's what I want to do.
Right. The trilogy.
You're holding me up.
No doubt, son.
That's what I want to do.
Listen.
I want to get out there and push all 3.
No
part 1,
doubt.
part 2, part 3, and what we got? What he doing over there? The documentaries. We got this good old studio here.
That's
we gotta
right.
put this to
Listen.
work, but I can't start the project without part 3 done.
Let's get part 3 done so we all can go to
Can't
work.
start the project.
But let me tell you.
He got an
I
investigation
too
room.
am a marketing genius. Let's get it done.
Yeah,
Listen,
gotta
but
get
no,
it done,
but
bro.
on some, like, for your people to be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to get your book and this and this, that, I'm not going to hold you. I used to go visit him upstate. And I get on that visiting floor. Once the first book, once that DLC came to them, and
No
one day I was
doubt.
going to, yeah, this is her right here, this her.
No
Yeah.
doubt.
Yo, when you coming out with the book? I'm like, I'm on the visit floor like, okay, like this.
Put pressure on you.
Like,
And the books
and this
is
is other
yo,
inmates.
her pen is crazy.
This is other inmates.
Pen is crazy.
Books like
He in
Like-
there like, yo, I'm
Her
getting
pen-
calls like, hi, hello,
Slinging
yes,
books.
my husband.
Yo,
is
my
locked
guys
up
in
with your
Woodburn.
husband. I
They in
need 3
Woodburn.
books. I'm like,
Woodburn, New York.
okay.
This shit is going through up north. Woodburn. My man, calling me like, yo, son. You know what I
And
mean?
it's
Putting
erotic,
niggas on.
and his horny stories.
Nah,
you know
nah.
that's winning up top.
Nah, see
Get the
now,
trilogy
look, see,
going.
now, clear it up. Now you gotta clear it up. That's going up top, but you got one book that's short stories.
Right,
for
short
erotic.
stories, erotic.
The series ain't got nothing to do with that. The series
So-
is based on
So we waiting on
Oh,
the
no,
trilogy.
no, no,
We waiting on the
so-
trilogy now.
to a
So
Brooklyn story.
trilogy.
same old song. Part 1 and 2, and part 3 is about Flatbush in the 90s.
Nice.
So
Nice.
I just
You can't just say it's just about Flatbush in the 90s. It's about Brooklyn.
It's
90s.
up. Okay, yeah, we're gonna
It
say that.
started in Flatbush.
It started
Listen,
in
son,
Flatbush.
listen, no
I know.
Respectfully, Brownsville. Brownsville.
got
3 Brownsville guys in this room.
Flatbush in
There's
that
3 of
book.
y'all in the room. We get
The
it.
whole Brooklyn.
No, you're right.
We Flatbush famous.
It's about about to be a war. No, you're right. Everything, it's about Flatbush, Christ. Everything from different parts.
Yeah, no
But
doubt.
Dope.
It starts in Flatbush.
Yo, listen, y'all gotta get
that's
the
where
book.
it
But what we
started.
gonna do
You
is
right
like
as well.
Domencio. I'm gonna hold you
can.
guys to it. D, I'm gonna hold you to it. We're gonna work on something bigger than just a book. Not to say that it needs it, but I think that we're all talented. You know what I mean? Like I would love to work on a project like this. You know, bring something to the table. I know Domencio has something to bring to the table, and it's our sister. So that's an easy fix, man. We're gonna wrap this episode up, man. The Flatbush Famous.
And
Once
any
again,
technical, graphic stuff, anything you need, this
Roach,
is the man for it.
super producer.
Dude, do everything.
My man Roach.
Yes, Roach. Shout out to
Yep.
Roach.
Shout out to X.
Shout out to X.
Domencio.
Serious, for sure.
Domencio's partner. They got a documentary coming out. X, listen, salute you. Sheena, light skin Sheena. My sister, light skin Sheena's in the building. We got Phil from Osborne. Oh, you ain't rapping Osborne? We got Philly Phil, my nephew.
Captain trying to take over.
No, that's my nephew. You keep it real. My Philly Phil, my nephew's in the building. You know what I'm saying? Brownsville. You know,
He tried to outshoot me for
KJ
money
is
this
in the
summer.
building.
He tried to hustle me in the gate.
Yeah, he shot you. Yeah, he took his money.
He ain't win.
Boy, that
He
boy
broke
can shoot.
even.
Everybody in Brownsville know Phil can shoot.
No,
You got it
he broke
fucked up.
even. He
You
tried
broke
to-
even?
he tried to catch
You're
me.
lucky.
He thought I was just
You're lucky.
doing a stand.
You felt sorry for an old nigga that day. Yo, listen, we're going to wrap this episode up, Domencio. Once again, happy birthday, Domencio. Can
Yes.
we, everybody,
Happy birthday, Domencio.
I really,
Senior.
listen, I'm still raising my glass. I've been
Thanks for
drinking all
having
day.
me, man. Appreciate
No,
it.
salute. I had fun tonight, man. I really gained another friend, another brother.
Sure.
And thanks for Lou Hobbs for calling in as well.
For sure. Shout
Shout
out
out
Uncle
to
Once
Lou
Lou.
again,
Hobbs, man.
I can't keep saying it. Happy birthday, Domencio. You know what I'm saying? I hope we're making you proud. I hope the little Domencio is making you proud. Everything works out the way it's supposed to work out. Salute to you, brother.
Thank you,
I hope
man.
that God
Thanks
keep
for
a hedge
having
of protection around you. I hope that all you do continues to prosper and blossom. I hope that God continue to bless your family, your girls. You know, keep Madison, right? The CEO. All of them in prayer, because prayer is real. I know a lot of guys, but I believe in God. So I like to pray and make sure people are right. So I'm passing on the blessings, man, to keep it. Anybody in here for Ramadan, 12 o'clock? All my Muslim brothers in the building. We're going to wrap this one. Peace.
Peace.
What you tell them? Yeah. Pain, come and get a gift wrap. Yeah. Successes only took it like a kid now. Up and in wide. I'm going across the Brooklyn Bridge. Hey, baby, come to Flatbush.